got the legend, the one and only legend. I told y'all he would be here, man, and he came here. Santos, yo,
brother,
man.
Thank you. My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you for truthing, and thank you for teaching the people.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
For sure.
Honor comes from you, legend. So just tell us. Just jump right into it, man. How did it start, man? And what do we need to know? How does it all started with you?
And the syncretism? Oh, wow, man. Big story, right? Yeah. So I grew up Jehovah's Witness. So theology was part of the growing up. Yeah. Right. And I love the Bible. I mean, I love those stories. So I was always theological from a young boy. I also loved the guitar. So playing the guitar since I was a young boy. So music is one of the liberal arts, the 7 liberal arts, and very, very important. So I have to point to those 2 things. So I have to include those in the beginning of my journey as a little boy. Now, what you do when you're a young man is, at the early stage of your life, is how you will be in the latter as well, you know. Oh, thanks, man. Cheers. Appreciate that. So as I grew up, my teenage years, I just did the worldly thing, what's called the worldly thing. I left the Jehovah's Witnesses and did what everybody else does, you know, grew my hair and smoked the weed and did all the good stuff. And at the end of my teen years, then I thought to myself, well, I want to, you know, serve God. And so I went back to the Witnesses, and I was there for a good couple of decades. And I also started studying deep things. Emmanuel Velikovsky, Reen Norbergen, Alexander Hislop, a lot of these guys that were big scientific truthers of the day. And so you were not supposed to do that when you're a Jehovah's Witness. You're supposed to study their books because they've got the truth, you know. So, yeah, that was good. That was a good experience for me. And then I woke up in 2007. I read a book called The Synagogue of Satan about the Rothschilds. And how they control everything, and how they are really, really, really rich, and they control the purse strings of the Vatican and the purse strings of all the central banks in the world. So that opened my eyes, and from then on, I started seeing things like Jordan Maxwell, right, and how he connected sovereignty and commercial law with astrotheology and everything like that. And then Zeitgeist, the movie, came out, and Ben and Dan Stewart, the brothers, made Esoteric Agenda. Yeah, that's it. And Chimatica, I remember that. Ben came to visit me when he came to Australia. We had a lovely evening. There's a video of him hanging out at my place. So those movies really, really influenced me, and the pennies started dropping. I started seeing things, you know, interesting things, because I've got a really good biblical knowledge. I know the Bible upside down, backwards, inside out, in every which way. I know all the scriptures. If you quote a verse, I'll tell you which book it's coming from, okay? Yeah, that's how serious I was of a Bible scholar. The first time I read it, I was running a restaurant, and I read it in 5 months, which was pretty good because I was busy. So I read it from cover to cover. And then I just kept reading it. And I also studied esoteric books that you're not supposed to as a Jehovah's Witness. You know, I was very curious. I want to know. You know, I love knowledge. I was bilingual too. I should have mentioned that to you, brothers. I should have said that I grew up with a dialect called Calabrian. Not Italian. It's a dialect of southern Italy called Calabrian. And I have to say that as well, because languages are a very, very important part of syncretism. When you acquire good language skills, you begin to see what the Hebrews say, the Jews, that God made the world with letters. And then being very Pythagorean and vegetarian, which is what Pythagoreans taught, vegetarianism, Pythagoras said all is number. So numbers and letters, it's always kept going through my life, you know. And I'm a Bonacci, and the most famous mathematician of history was called Leonardo Bonacci, and we have the Fibonacci ratio based on his material. So that's the the phi ratio. You know about this, of course.
Yeah.
The golden section.
Ratio, yeah.
Okay, so that's the credit card shape. 1.618, and the same proportion. The phi proportion is right there in your finger. There's 1 there, and there's 1.618. Mm-hmm. So you see, there's a doubling system: 1, 2, 4, 8. And then Fibonacci taught there's also in nature there is this beautiful, more gracious, sexy curve, which is 1 and not 2, but 618. Now that's a transcendental number. So you know, that's the sort of stuff that that I've been sort of accustomed to, numbers and letters. And by being a linguist, bilingual from birth, and then polyglot by the time I was 18, I was already, you know, getting into Italian, Spanish, and then Portuguese, then French, then Japanese, then Greek, and those are all the languages that I speak to varying degrees. Japanese, I had a Japanese wife. Japanese is more toward the less fluent, and Greek, but the others, the Romance language, I'm more fluent in. So all of these things added up to that awakening in 2007. And so for 4 years I just kept ordering books from Amazon, and I felt like, wow, every book that landed on my lap was opening portals of knowledge, and it was just pouring in and pouring in and pouring in, books after books after, every day a book. And then I started realising that all these guys, like my beautiful teacher Jordan Maxwell, whom I interviewed last month on my radio station, I realised that he was limited, and all these beautiful researchers like Jordan, such a fine man, but I thought to myself, yeah, but there's stuff you're not seeing, Jordan, that would really, really help you. And he actually said that on the radio station. He said, when I saw your material, he said, did you hear that?
No, that's heavy. That he's yeah.
Well, he passed a great compliment to me. He said,
great.
When I saw what you do, Santos, he said, that's what I've always wanted to do. And my heart...
I think I heard that. Yeah.
Thank you very much. But I was seeing all of these guys, and everyone was good at this and that, and it wasn't the whole picture. You know, for some reason I was able to see something more and something beyond, and so in my meditations I would have questions and seek the answer and go within and find those answers. And what came to me was that everything is energy, and energy is conscious, and I realised that the sine wave had information on it. It was not just energy. Nothing's unconscious. And then I was looking at the Earth, and I saw the equator of the Earth. It doesn't matter which model you use, whether you use a square Earth, flat Earth, concave, there's always going to be an equator. So when you find the equator, which separates the two hemispheres, that's the balance point in nature. You know, that's where it's spring and autumn. You know, summer's up here when the sun's at the Tropic of Cancer, winter's down there when the sun's at the Tropic of Capricorn, and you're freezing in America. Now it's coming back up. Soon it's coming back to the equinox, March the 21st. Today's February 19th. Okay, so in one more month it'll hit that middle point, and the weather will be like, you know, balanced. So I was explaining to a friend how the sine wave works, and I used the ecliptic, and then that was the first time I remember realising that every map of the world is actually showing this sine wave of the ecliptic. And when you contemplate the ecliptic and all the festivals all through the year along the ecliptic, from spring to summer, from summer to winter, and back again, you realise that they all have to do with the seasons. Easter is always about the blossom, Aries. Everywhere there's blossom, you know, there's white flowers everywhere. The fruit's going to start because it's spring, the spring clean. The earth is clean and cleaning up, you know. So in astrology, that's Aries, the first sign. Bang, your cerebrum. And so I realised then that, see, the ecliptic runs through your body because it's a fractal universe. So the Egyptians said man is the measure of the universe. If you want to know everything about the universe, check yourself out. Okay.
That's
and know that you have 12 systems in your body, and that you are 12ness. You are the temple of Solomon, soul of man, and in you is the astrological signs.
Soul of man. It's a Solomon. Oh wow,
yes.
That's crazy. Get that clear. That's dope. All right.
Yep.
Solomon, Sol is the sun, and Mon is the moon. Look at
Solomon.
right?
Priest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is the sine wave he's talking about.
Oh, nice.
Right. I told you this guy's quick.
That's it. He's good.
So you got heaven and then hell.
Mm-hmm.
See the dollar bills? See the dollar bills?
This is the dollar bill sign.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the 4 gospels. 3, 4. Now, the 4 horsemen.
Right, let's
are
break
those
that
the
down.
cardinals? Like Libra?
The 4 horsemen, yes, they are the cardinal signs. Absolutely. The white horse is Aries, the spring, and that's the white blossom. The pale green horse, that's Cancer, when the summer starts being verdant and green. The red horse is Libra, where red Satan begins to rule in autumn, and the leaves begin to turn red. The black horse is Capricorn, Saturn, his other colour, black, in winter. The dead still of night and the cold winter. And those are the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse on the ecliptic.
Everything's
on the
ecliptic. 4
ecliptic.
seasons.
Yeah.
It's 4 seasons.
4 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
4 horsemen, 4 seasons. You add up.
Yep.
Wow, that is crazy.
So the sun goes up, and then it comes down in fall, as you know.
Yeah, you broke that down
to
to me.
Betrayed by Judas, the Scorpio.
Okay, let's go into that. What's the betrayal of Judas?
Good question. Okay, so that Scorpion, if you look up at Scorpio, you get your smart app and you go, find the ecliptic, because all the zodiac signs are on the ecliptic, and your smartphone will tell you, and bang, find Scorpio, and you'll see it looks like an S or a J, Judas Iscariot. See, autumn, Halloween.
We turn this around.
Around then, that's the middle of Scorpio. Halloween, All Saints Day, when things die. That sign, when the sun is in that sign, it is betrayed, because it has to fall down to the solstice,
the cross
of summer. Of winter in Capricorn. Saturn is waiting there to begin the winter, and Jupiter in Sagittarius on the ecliptic on the 21st of December, the solstice, shoots an arrow and shoots the sun in the heel like Achilles, and Jesus gets a nail in the foot. Same dude.
Wow,
that's the nail on the cross.
Achilles' heel, right?
The bow of
that's your weakness, your Achilles' heel.
Yeah.
Because it's the sun's weakness, because in winter when the sun's in Capricorn, where Satan is, it's very little. It's cold. In summer, the sun's like this. In Leo, bang, summer, hot. Okay? What's your sun sign?
I'm a Leo.
Good. Okay, so you were born in midsummer, the heat of summer, right? So you see the sun is on the ecliptic, and it's making those 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, the cardinal signs, they are making the year. So as the seasons go, so do the people born under them. See, I'm Aries, where the blossom is. They're like children. Number 1 sign.
The Lamb of God.
Yep, I am.
I always get along with Aries too. Yeah,
Oh yeah, because Leo and it, fire.
Yeah,
it's a trine. It's a perfect trine.
Right.
Sign number 1.
Yeah.
Sign number 5.
Yeah,
it's
5.
perfect connect.
1 and 5. Yeah. Okay.
Besides, I have a Leo rising.
Wow.
So
Wow,
that's in the heart.
that's crazy.
So I feel the Leos. I feel them.
Yeah,
in my
yeah.
heart. So Scorpio. We're going back to Scorpio. I haven't finished. So what happened when Jesus the Son gets betrayed is that when you get bitten by a scorpion, you have 2 lip marks. And the Scorpio bites from its back. And if it bites you, you'll get 2 lips. It's a kiss. It's called the kiss of death. Scorpion bite.
Oh, that's what happened to Judas.
Exactly. Judas was a backbiter. He was a betrayer. He stabbed Jesus in the back, as Brutus did his other counterpart, Julius Caesar. Brutus and Judas, the betrayers. Oh, you too, Brutus. Well, it's the same archetype, okay? So there's always that betrayal. It's Scorpio. Because it's making the sun, it's causing the sun to fall, it's causing the sun to get sick, and go down to the winter and to die, because that's
I had a little Scorpios that stung me. For real. Scorpions always get on. Yeah, they always get at me. They get mad at me.
wow.
Yeah.
So when you study the year, then put the day over the top of the year, right? Because you know what? You'll see immediately that the day is a small year. Think about it. Day is hot, night is cold. Summer is hot, winter is cold. So the night's just the winter, and the day's just summer. There's less light in winter.
So night is winter, and the daytime is summer.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah. So what happens is then you begin to understand how astrology works. The morning, 6 a.m., is Aries, and it's the morning is spring. Cancer is midday, right? So if, let's say we start over here for the camera's watching from over there, so we always start over here and go that way. Aries, that's the morning. If it's a 24-hour clock, you've got midday, 6 p.m, midnight, 6 a.m. That's how it works. Always look at it like that. 6 a.m.'s over here, and the alarm bell rings at 6 in the morning. Aries. 2 hours of Aries. Fire. You get to work. You got energy. Come on, let's get it going. The army, the military, the generals, they start sounding their bells. Let's get out, work to be done. Because that fire, that's Aries. Then from 8 to 10, it's more subdued, it's more calm, but solid. That's when you have your breakfast in the morning. Taurus, you see. Then Gemini. Gemini is gas and air, and it denotes activity, the twins. So what's happening then is that midday that's spring and it's finishing, and that's the morning. Then midday begins, and the summer, Cancer, Tropic of Cancer. And then that water, that moisture, is the water that Leo uses to ripen the fruits that started in spring. So now Leo, the hot sun, is producing the ripening effect. Then comes Virgo. And Virgo, at the bottom over here, that's when all the virgins go out and collect the grain. And then Libra, because the wine is ripe now, you make the wine. So you have the bread and the wine and the oil, symbols of Christianity.
Bread, wine, and oil.
And Libra is the beginning of the night. Virgo is Delilah. She betrays the sun as well. Because when the sun hits 4 p.m, it starts getting cold, and then the sun has to die. Right. During the day.
Delilah is David, right? David's wife?
Delilah. No, Samson.
Yeah, Samson.
She betrayed Samson. Yeah, Do you know what Samson means?
What? Sun.
The little sun.
Yes, the sun, right. Yeah.
Delilah, the doorway to the light. Because she's the doorway to the darkness. And she's the dark woman, Virgo. Always there at 4 to 6 p.m. And so, see, Delilah, she betrays the sun, and he gets his 7 braids of hair cut.
Yes.
And so he gets blinded, and he goes down to the Philistines where he dies.
Yes.
And then he pulls the 2 pillars, and that's the solstice, where he dies on the cross. And that's the sun. All right?
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Samson. Wow, it's crazy.
Oh, yeah, it's
I
crazy.
got that. I caught that, yeah.
Yeah. So it's all the same story. And so you see, Libra is the energy of the darkness. And there's a deacon in Libra called Lupus, which is the wolf. It's the wolf of night. And it swallows Little Red Riding Hood, the red sun, as it sets every day as she goes through the forest. There's the wolf. And then in the morning, when the sun comes back out the other side in the morning, Orion the hunter takes Little Red Riding Hood out, and she travels along the ecliptic another day.
So Orion is the hunter?
Yep. Well, at the other side, at the eastern side where Aries is.
Oh, okay.
It's over here in Taurus. And then Libra over here where the sun sets, right? Yeah. That's where the wolf is. Lupus, a deacon of Libra. You see?
Wow.
So now you can understand the energy of Librans. They have that Saturnian dark energy. Not that they're dark, it doesn't have, not that kind of darkness, but they have that, they're from the night. They are nocturnal, more nocturnal than the Aries opposite, which are diurnal. These are the diurnal signs, these are the nocturnal signs. From Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius to Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Thanks, AD. He's a real superstar.
AD, he got it down pat.
He does.
And
He tells me all this stuff.
To keep it simple, because I know a lot of the viewers are still new to the Astrotheology.
Oh, yes. Sure.
If we could start with the basics of Adam and Eve.
Yeah,
Because that's one story that I think at least most probably can start with.
For sure. Adam and Eve. Adam means atom, the unit. When you look at Adam numerologically, that's one system of Adam. I'm going to teach you one system of Adam, the number system. It means unit. Tom means twin. Atom means one. Alright? So atom meaning unity, they are odd numbers. Odd is Adam. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. They cannot be divided. Eve, even numbers, is 2. That's why she came to divide in the Garden of Eden. And she is evil because she's even numbers. And that's why the woman gets a bad rap. But doubling is good. Dividing is not good. So in one breath, oh, she's the virgin pure of heaven and we love our mother who art in heaven, Isis Mary. And on the other hand, she's a whore and a harlot. So why? It's because the number 2 is like that. Pythagoras taught his disciples, or they would hear him spit when the number 2 was ever mentioned.
Wow.
Not because they hated it, but because of what it can do and how evil it is by dividing us, by dividing things, by being split. Nature splits, the feminine numbers divide, the masculine numbers then come behind and unite. Then the even numbers come and ruin all that good work that the masculine numbers, and vice versa. It's not suggesting that men are good and evil and women are evil. No, they both exchange the role of good and evil. You are both at the same time.
And Adam is the day, and Eve is the evening, because she is evening out the day. And so this is also where we get the word evil, because it's not evil, it's just the opposite of day. So daytime Adam, nighttime evil, but it's not evil, it's evening. So to even things out, it's the yin and yang, right?
Yeah. Yes. It's your number 1.
Yin.
You need to be your head. Let me be like that.
I'm just chiming in.
Yeah. Go ahead. It's great.
So yin in Greek is yineka. That's the feminine. Yin and yang. And in Hebrew system, it's Jannes and Jambres, the 2 serpents that the serpent of Moses devoured. The yin and the yang, Jannes and Jambres. So yeah, look, it's all in the Bible. Anything.
I need my pen in my bag. Jeremy's. Oh man. Go ahead.
Chris has also met Jordan Maxwell before, right? When you guys spoke on the phone.
Anthony Hilder. Anthony Hilder. Is he still alive?
No.
He passed away. Okay. And I talked to Jordan. Yeah, I talked to him. Yeah. But I hung with Anthony Hilder.
Oh, okay.
I had DJ Hilder. Wow. So he passed on, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I talked to Jordan. I talked to him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
very good.
This is a little bit more crazy right now.
This is scratching the surface.
Yeah. Let's go deep, man. Let's just go deep. Start at the surface. We start at Adam and Eve. You can take it from there.
All right. So if you want to look at Adam and Eve again differently, it is magnetism and electricity. Electricity is the evil god of duality. And magnetism is magic, magnitude, magnificent, magnanimous, and the true unity radiation wave of the universe. Magnetism radiates. It doesn't vibrate. Electricity vibrates.
Yeah.
It's impure. It's a hybrid. Magnetism is 10 billion times more powerful than electricity. Electricity is what makes your body. It's material. You see, what is material is maternal, mother, evil. So, what is paternal? Magnetism. Really, magnetism is feminine energy, actually. So it is pure because white light, magnetism, does not vibrate. It's pure. Electricity is redshift, blue shift. It's impure. It makes the world of illusion. It makes all of this material stuff. You see my torso? Have a blue chakra here. I have a red chakra down the bottom.
Yeah.
Red shift, blue shift. And the energy goes round into your body, comes in the fontanelle, blue shift, left turning, blue shift, centripetal, converging light, goes straight through your body, goes out your perineum, red shift, right turning, centrifugal, diverging light. So you've got this flow of light, a field, a loop, glowing. See this sister here?
Yeah.
She's got this Taurus. She's got this torso. Torso is Taurus. Right? And that's what she's doing now. If you had a special camera, you could see.
She's flowing.
She is. It's energy.
Yeah, exactly.
She's a Virgo.
Yes, there it is.
I did want to mention about how the tree of life of Adam and Eve. Adam is the sun and Eve is the moon. When she eats.
Oh, you still in Genesis?
Just when she eats from the tree.
Okay.
Libra is one of the tree. It's the tree of the knowledge of good and evil because on the ecliptic, when the sun hits the 23rd of
that makes sense.
September, the equinox, it has now had 6 months of good, and now the sun is now at the equinox eating from the tree of good, spring and summer, and evil, fall and winter. And if you take it for a day cycle, the sun is now setting, and it has eaten from the tree of life, or the tree of good, the day, and from the tree of evil, which is the night. So the Arabs, in Arabic teaching and Egyptian, when the sun was setting, it was going to the west. Westing meant dying. It was dying. The same word for westing means to die. Easting means to be born again. And that's where the sun rises every morning, and that's where it comes from in the spring. Springs out like Perseus and slays Medusa, the starlit night. See, when the sun comes up and rises, the risen Saviour, stars flee because they fear the light of the sun. Metaphorically speaking, of course. Yeah. It's not literal. It's like, Perseus who just slays off the head of the Medusa.
Yeah.
So...
And what's Medusa?
Well, it's the starlit night in cosmology, and in another in biology, it's your medulla oblongata. And Perseus is a deacon of Aries, so Perseus is always here. In the morning, you wake up here. So Perseus, the sun, he cuts the cerebrum, which means the head, heaven. Ceres means the heaven. So he's in the heaven. He cuts the earth, the medulla oblongata, and in other words, he makes a demarcation between what is heaven, heaved up head, and what is hell, down below. So in biology, it's your medulla oblongata.
So heaven is head and heel is hell.
Yes.
But look at all of these scared Christians who are taking the Bible so literally and thinking that this is a history book and changing their whole life assuming that these are real people when it's a beautiful book of science.
Well, they're paid to talk like that. What? Religion is paid to talk about, to teach the lies.
Of course, because the religions have registered with the government. They have a 501c3, which is a registration. So if you've got a registration, if your car's registered, then you have to obey the rules of the government and when you go on their roads. In your property, you can do whatever you want. You can go as fast as you like. You can do whatever you want. But when you go on the public roads, because it's registered, you have to obey. So the churches are obeying who?
Yeah, the system.
The system.
Yeah. Wow, we're on the same page. Yeah, that's crazy.
For sure.
Why is the serpent? Oh, in Medusa's head. What is the serpent's in Medusa's head?
The sine wave.
Okay.
The sin of Eve is the sine wave. It's the sin of Eve. It's because that sine wave is a vibration, electricity. Goes up, wave amplitude, goes down, wave amplitude, wavelength. So if you've got a long red wave, this is worse than a short blue wave because it's long and it has more fearful energy in it. The blue wave is more loving and more condensed and compressed and has more capacitance. Right. You see? Right. So because you have a body and it's full of atoms, right, you are experiencing, you are a child of Adam and Eve, the ecliptic, and you are a sinner because you are a cosigner with the sine wave, because sine wave has cosine. So you're a cosinner. Cosine. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Wow. So we are all cosigners with Adam and Eve because we have sine waves. We have atoms that are vibrating. Right.
Now,
go ahead, yes.
If you sign a record label deal, you have sinned. You signed a contract saying that you're going to follow what it says on the contract. So you have technically sinned by your signature.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's like signing your nature.
Well, this is why some will say that you, and you'll expand, of course, like if you sold your soul to the devil, you've signed away who you are. Right. So that a record label will tell you what kind of music you should do. Yeah. You know what I mean? They wouldn't let Too Short, because you know how you already very conscious rap. Right. Too Short, you know how he raps is about low frequency stuff. Yeah. He was trying to rap about conscious stuff like you. Right. Record label was like, no. You have to rap about low frequency stuff. You have to rap about going to the club, drugs, alcohol. That's what makes them money. They didn't want to see him rap about it.
When did Too Short do this?
Oh, I'll show you.
I love it. I've been with Too Short. He's a good brother. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
He's awoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
A lot of these musicians are. They have pressure on them to conform to their label. Yeah. You know? Yeah. I'm sure you're aware of that.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. That's why I was like going independent is the way.
Here you go. And so then I'm going on this here. There's articles about this. Industry conspiracy destroyed conscious rap. So they wouldn't let Too Short be conscious because that went against his record label from what he signed. And that's technically selling your soul because his soul wants to enlighten, but he sold it, metaphorically speaking. Right. Now, I'm sure you can expand on that too.
He sold his soul. Yeah. So that's why you have soldiers. They will die. Soul dyers. Not warriors, soldiers. Right. They've sold their soul. And those words go always, it's a common motif and they always go together, you know, selling your soul. Selling your soul means that you, for the easy life, you choose to descend rather than ascending. For pleasures, for lusts, for gain, you go along with, you know, the easy way. And you choose not to live for truth and goodness and what is right. Right. You know, what we're here to do. Because ascending means one day you will be unlimited and unconditioned. Descending means you are gaining more conditions and more limitations as you go. You're getting more addicted. You've got more vices. You need more drugs. You need more alcohol. Nothing wrong with entheogens and alcohol, but they shouldn't be recreational. It shouldn't be recreational. I like my cannabis. I like my entheogens. I've had lots of stuff, DMT, etc. I love these things, but you know, you don't go abusing anything. You never abuse anything. Everything should be holy. I don't get stoned to, just get my rocks off and just enjoy myself. It is enjoyable, but primarily it's a holy thing for me. I do it so I can worship the gods. Jupiter, Saturn, Mars, all these gods, the sun, the god of heaven, the goddess of heaven, who gives us light, who gives us sustenance, We pay back to them by, respecting them. When we eat, when we drink to the gods. To the gods, to Bacchus. Bacchus is the sun. to Dionysius. Dionysius is the sun. But you don't go getting drunk, because you lose. Then you start losing your soul. You lose your mind. Alcoholics are not sane people.
And when we pray before we eat, we're literally blessing our food. The water in the food is feeling the frequency of what we're blessing it with when we eat.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's why when they say
that's beautiful way you put that. The water inside the food,
it's feeling like a snowflake would collect its energy or its data. And that's why sometimes they'll say, "Oh, this food was made with love. It was cooked with love because the mother put her good intentions into it, of course, as with the water." And he'll talk about water.
Water. I love water. Go ahead.
Water has memory. So if you look at the word memory, mem in Hebrew is the letter M, and it means water. Water.
Wow,
memory.
Brother. Yeah.
Love you, brother. Thank you. I really love your appreciation. I love your appreciation. That's nice.
Oh, he's deep.
Yeah. That's great. So you can see how this wisdom of nature is, so beautiful to experience. It is so divine. It makes you feel alive to know astrology, to know how energy works. It's conscious. We are God. We are God, and we are different to God. We are both. You see? God is immortal men, and men are mortal gods. And we're always doing this. When we die, we go back to God, who we are. Like the drop from the ocean always goes back to the ocean. And then it separates and goes back. And it separates, but it's always the same. The drop of water can't say, "Hey, I'm sick of this. I want us to be independent forever." It doesn't work. The sun will make it evaporate. It has to go back. And that's how it is when you become an individual from God. When you individuate from God, your true whole self, and you have to do this, But the thing about being different to God is that we get to be who we are forever. You can be you can be you, I'll be me. Everyone can be who they are as long as they keep their soul. How do you keep your soul? Is the same way that you keep your files clean on your computer. If they get a virus, you lose the file. So if you get a virus by Satan, by practicing wrong things in life which can poison you, then you lose your soul. That may mean you come back as an animal.
When you say you lose your soul, do you actually you talk about transitioning? You
lose your position. You go back. You have to reincarnate maybe as a bunch of. If your soul is weak, you'll be a bunch of insects. If your soul is a bit stronger, maybe a cat or something. If it's really, really strong, a lion. But it will be an animal because you behave like an animal. So you're doing it to yourself. So it's not God doing it to you.
We are witness to thyself, right? We are God watching ourselves. We are seeing our own behavior.
He's listening to this conversation right now. Can't you hear him? It's.
Well, he is within us, right? He's looking through my eyes. He's looking through your eyes.
If actors, how do actors become good actors? Why is an actor a good actor good?
Method acting.
Yeah, well, because he can see himself acting.
Oh yeah.
He's watching himself.
Yeah.
He gets taught that at school. At acting school, you get taught you've got to watch yourself. Watch what you're doing.
Yeah.
See, I'm watching myself now through your eyes. You see? If I didn't do that, I would be like an animal. They don't recognise who they are in the mirror.
Yeah.
You see?
Is this also why actors can go insane? Because they've acted so many other personalities that are not themselves? That the mind has become confused? Especially those who play the Joker?
They've taken in the muse or the demon of that entity, and sometimes when they have to play bad parts, demons will possess their field and they will change.
Yeah. It's like being an actor could probably be like the most scariest thing you can do to your soul.
There are many ways to lose your soul.
I felt like that.
Of course, like anything can be, killing or drunkenness and any kind of wrong mental behaviour. Because what happens is every time you have a sensation, especially sensual gratification, you're expending energy. And when you expend energy, you die. Piece by piece, you die.
Here we go.
That's why you see alcoholics die before non-alcoholics if you do the thing. people are heavily doing the wrong sex, which is black tantra. You see them, they die.
What's black tantra?
It's always losing your seminal fluids, ejaculating every time you have sex. See, white tantra is you can have as much sex as you like, but you don't ejaculate.
You can do that?
Yeah, and you can have your orgasms up your spine, and you can have your orgasms in your head rather than down below.
And it's way more intense.
Yeah.
And then you go to heaven through sex. Sex is the sex that people are having today. It's all like almost like animalistic sex. There's such a beautiful tantric sex where you can go to heaven with your partner.
Called like Kama Sutra?
Yeah, Kama Sutra. They show you all the positions of the Kama Sutra. And they don't have ejaculations, but they have orgasms.
Interesting.
You see, there's always a right and a wrong way of doing things.
Yeah.
So that's why you have to be aware of this. That's why I couldn't answer your question yes or no. It depends on many things. If you kill a guy, does that mean you're not going to go to heaven, or you're not going to ascend? Well,
I don't want to be a cat.
but you've already decided what you're going to be. We all do, you know.
Pussycat.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Can I change subject for a bit?
Yes. No, you're in control. Absolutely.
All right. This is for my son. Hey, Dave. This is for my son, Dio Bonacci. Okay,
Right.
3 days ago when I met you, it was through Zen. Zen is a Facebook friend, and he runs Central Talent.
Yeah.
Right, so you know Chris and Zen.
Yes.
They brought you to this clinic.
Yes.
Here.
Yes.
Which I'm going to plug in a minute if I can.
That. Yeah.
My son is a big fan of this guy, and my son is a producer of hip hop and rap and instrumental down in Melbourne, and he's well respected. You know, he's got a lot of artists he's producing. And so when I told him, guess where I am? Because we were supposed to be coming to a Wu-Tang party in Los Angeles.
Yeah, it was my crib. It was
okay, but we didn't go.
Right.
We're on the way, so I said I'm going to a Wu-Tang party in Los Angeles. He says, "Lol, really?"
Yeah.
Right, because he's laughing, having a bit of a laugh. I said, "Yeah, Killah Priest is the member who invited me or us, and he's a fan of syncretism." And he says, "No way." I said, "Yep. That's crazy. I did a presentation here yesterday, so that's the presentation I did in Burbank on
Burbank,
Sunday."
Yeah.
So he said, "Nice." And I said, check out my Facebook page." And then he said this, he said, "He's one of the best in Wu-Tang." There you go.
Oh, man, yo. Yeah.
And I said, "I'll be on his podcast tomorrow. Yes, that was yesterday." And I said, "Stay tuned, I'll send you some pics." So he gave me a thumbs up. Then I talked about you, AD, and I showed him the short vid that you did for me. Thank you very much.
Yes.
This is kicking it.
Absolutely.
The Holy Science, Syncretism, and Priscateologia short speech. Thank you for doing that. It's a great vid, man.
Oh, I was inspired by you to do that.
So you're a fan of syncretism as well, right?
Absolutely.
So here's my son, right? So he goes, "Hey, I've got a track I'm working on with an open space for another verse. What are the chances of you passing it on to Killah Priest and asking him if he'd be interested in putting a short verse on it?" So if you want to tell my son, I think he's watching.
Yes. Got that.
And we can record
pause
it.
Yeah, we can record it here.
Record it here.
You got that verse. Yeah, you heard that. You heard that one. Yeah, thanks, you got that verse.
Lovely. So there you go, Dave. Love you.
Love you, Dave.
He's a good son, and he's well respected. He's very intelligent. He's Libran, opposite me. He's an author.
Libra.
Yeah.
It's also a sign of knowledge. As you said, it's where you get the word library from Libra.
Libra?
Or liberal. The library.
He's got your...
He's a master.
He got you,
He's a great
He got everything. He told me everything, yeah.
The library. The
Libra is the library?
Yep, it's the library. They are good bookkeepers.
Libra.
They are balanced. You know, they are fair, equanimous. They seek justice by the scales and balancing things. You know, they like their accounts. They're good lawyers. They're good clerics, etc. There's a very special quality in them. And he's always been a good, confident, talented, inventive young man. So now he's got all these artists he's producing. He's a rapper himself. You can see on his YouTube channel, Decent Company. You want to pull one up? Decent Company. Pull up one of his songs. Let's have a bit of a look, eh?
It's called Decent.
Decent Company.
Don't forget Eminem is a Libra.
Right, there you
With
go.
the moon in Scorpio.
All right, so there he is. Down there, the bottom one. Let's do that one. That's it.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay. His music is live on podcast.
That's your song right there? From Australia? You Australia?
Yes. Melbourne.
Ooh. That beat.
I know it's gonna be good.
Is this the beat that needs the verse?
J. Cole.
Oh yeah.
My name is J. Cole. King David would die to be here right now. He would go crazy.
Next time.
He would sit close and like, yo, so you believe in flat Earth?
Oh, you don't know?
Yeah,
We'll talk about that.
I like it. Yo, listen to your shit right now. It's dope.
Good.
Roll back, too. I like it. I love Australia. Every time I go out there, it's beautiful, man.
The beat is fire. It's chill.
You get a vibe.
It's a shuffle beat. You hear that shuffle beat?
Yes.
So that's jazz.
Yes.
I hope that one is in India, man. I can't wait to be there.
Yes. Yes.
Every dose again. I ain't fucking around with the bitches and something bands. Ring around these hoes, yeah. Bucket full of dough, shit. Ass is the cash. We go fall for that shit. We go fall for that shit. Drugs. Boys starting that shit. Money. Shit, we go fall for that shit. We go fall for that shit.
So I've got Dio on this. You want to say hello?
Peace, man. What's good?
Hey, right here.
Yo, what's up? What's up, man? Just chilling with your pops. Word, going through it, yo.
Crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. We out here in LA, man. Doing it up. What's good with you?
Yeah, I can't believe I'm talking to you, bro. That's crazy, bro. Huge inspiration, man. Huge inspiration.
Oh, thank you, bro.
Next level.
Thank you. Yo, you're gonna send that track. I'm gonna bless it for you. We gotta send it to my brother. AD, you gotta send it to AD. AD gonna give you the information, then I can do it. Yeah. We having a good time tonight, so yeah, I got you.
That's mad, bro.
Yeah, traveling light, bro.
That's
Alright.
crazy, bro. Yeah, no, I got a real nice track for you, but I just recorded it. The mix is a bit rough, but I really wanna, I gotta send it through to you. I think you'll like it. I'll look at that if you like.
All right, let me hear some more beats too. If you got any other beats and stuff.
Sure, yeah. I've got beats for days, bro. I'm getting ready for a big wave of stuff I'm about to release over the next few months. So
No doubt. Where you at in Australia?
yeah, Melbourne.
Melbourne. Yeah. That's cool. All right, man. Yo, we're gonna keep it going.
Okay,
All right, peace.
we're on the podcast, so we're going to keep going, man. But this is recorded live, and I asked Priest live. I read your request to ask him to do this track, and he accepted at the moment I read it. So I'm really thankful myself as well too, and even to do a podcast.
Crazy. That's huge for me, man. That's like, yeah, wow.
I know, and we saw your latest clip. We watched that, and it's on the vid. So I showed him your YouTube. Will Fall.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, fuck, it's really old.
It's really old?
1 year.
No, that's a good beat.
Nah, it's cool, it's cool.
It's 1 year.
All right.
That's cool, that was like my baby name and shit. No, that's cool,
It's dope.
Uncle Nameless.
Yeah, I'm still, sorry, I'm shocked, I'm like surprised.
It was dope. I like the visuals too. I like what you was talking about. I like the visuals.
With an old camera, I didn't really know what I was doing, to be honest.
Oh, you shot it yourself?
I shot it with my boy, my boy shot it for me. We had no idea what we were doing, man. We just downloaded some video editing software and gave it a crack. But
There you go.
Wow.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. We'll catch you.
yeah, cool. Yeah, blessed. Thanks for the call.
Yeah.
I'll hit you up later, yeah?
Yeah, for sure. See you, man.
Alright, peace.
Love ya.
Mad love, yeah?
Yep. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Peace.
There you go. Made him very, very happy. Thank you.
Oh, no problem, bro. No
Yeah.
problem.
And you've heard of Wu-Tang before, of course.
So,
Yes, but I was vague when I met Priest the other day. I still was confused. I knew he wanted me on his podcast. You asked me.
That was me. Yeah.
And I was confused because I had to do a
Mistake.
I had to do a therapy. I had to go on what I'm going to talk about now.
Yeah.
Is Harry's
Harry's.
Because
I'm just talk about that. I love that spot.
Oh
yeah,
man, I am so pleased. I'm going to give these guys the best
crazy.
plug they've ever had. I'm going to give these guys the best plug.
Yeah.
And Central Talent.
Yes.
Zen and Chris. These guys are superstars, man.
Right.
They are bringing talent together. You know, they're joining people together that are a real force to be reckoned with.
Right.
You know, these are serious guys. And he reached out to me, Zen, knowing I was coming to Los Angeles, and I just about said to him, look, I'm going to be busy, man. I'm not going to come to this clinic to do this.
Yeah, I'm trying to see the connection there.
Right? And then Killah Priest is waiting there with Chris, and Zen drops me off there, and I'm at this sick place where they've got these magnetic, and I'm talking about magnetism always in my presentations, God, and here are these magnetic machines which I'm going to talk about waiting for me inside, and I'm going to do a therapy the like of which I've never had in my life. So I want to give these guys the best plug, and Hari and his beautiful wife, who've given me this at a very, very, knowing the work I do, they gave me this for a special price, and I thank them very, very much, and I'm going to give them a great respect. So this is what Zen would like me to pass on, and me as well, because these guys are doing a great work in the community. Absolutely fantastic. Transformational Healing Universe, that is the place to go for healing, guys. Okay, everybody, pay attention. Transformational Healing Universe. I met Hari, and he's such a beautiful guy, like just amazing, funny guy. And he did your most popular
episode 2.
Yeah. Shout out! I remember Hari. Okay.
Beautiful. Okay, so that was beautiful. And then the other night they had a demo there. They had a demonstration. These are the machines that I experienced, folks. The hypnagogic light. Did you do that one?
Yes.
Oh man, that's like 10
blowing.
acid trips.
Yes.
That's like you got to drop 10 tabs to get that good.
Yeah, that's crazy. You feel it? Yo, these
that is
machines
amazing.
are crazy, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Go ahead.
It was like a kaleidoscopal magnetic colour of light that changed every 2 minutes, penetrating your cerebrum and going into your field. These lights are bathing you. It's just absolutely incredible.
What
incredible? Best 20 minutes I've ever felt in my life.
What effect is that having on the chakras?
Oh man, it's just bathing your body with light and magnetic healing. I felt so good after that.
I told Ghostface about that. I said, "Yo, Mike, his manager is dealing with a throat problem. You know, what I mean, I don't want to throw his business out there, but yeah,
Throat chakra.
Yeah." And I told him, man, you have to go to what's the name of it?
Transformational Healing Universe.
You've both been there.
Yep. And so the other thing I did was the Pandora Star, the biocharger, this amazing little unit, right? It's got a coil in the middle.
Yes.
And then it's got all these tubes filled with different elements.
Yes, the Tesla.
Like a Tesla coil.
Yeah.
So Zen presses this button and all of a sudden you hear... Sorry, I've got a sore throat, so I couldn't do that properly. But you know that noise when a coil's winding up, and I'm like, "Whoa, we're going to start flying out of here." This is amazing, and you could feel this warm, magnetic light bathe your body, and you just relax in this beautiful biocharger. And then there was the PEMF machine, the GANS chamber, and the cyber scan. I went into these. I forget which one of these I also did. I know I did 4 of these, 6 of them that they've got here. And I came out of there really just refreshed. It was so healing.
Right.
So thank you guys. I forget how to call Harihari's wife. It's Nirinjan, I think. Is that right? Anyway, so let me continue on if you don't mind, brother.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
thank you.
Come on.
Yeah, thank you. So it was last night. There was a lecture by Micah Sky of Matrix Body Mechanics. Micah, thank you very much. He adjusted the muscles in my arm and removed what he calls the stress trauma. They made a word out of it, stroma. And what happens is because of gravity and stress and trauma in the life, what happens is the muscle memory records all of these bad fears and shocks that you have, and then they remain in there and they're toxic. So he knows how to remove these toxins out of the body, right? So the free radicals and everything, and he even pulls up muscles that are sagging on women who are sort of starting to sag here, and he corrects all the muscular muscle fibers, and so what happens is they look 10 years younger instantly when they walk out of there. So he's from Hawaii, and I want to give this guy a plug. He's going to be in town till the 28th if you want to get some, if you've got some muscle problems.
Go to him.
Or anything like that. Yeah, I would be going to this guy, man. He's from Kauai.
He's really good. And what about his coconut? Did he give you his coconut, his natural coconut thing that he make? He make this coconut, that he get these young coconut, and he makes yogurt without milk. And it's incredible. He didn't give you something? No. Yeah.
No,
really
that's
good.
amazing, man.
Yeah.
The guy's so intelligent. He's handsome young man. He's got a family. His wife's pregnant, 4th child, and he comes out and spends a month. I think every month he comes out to Los Angeles, and he works out of that clinic in Beverly Hills. The clinic's in Beverly Hills, isn't it?
Just to go.
I'm going,
yeah, you gotta go.
Is it in Beverly Hills?
Yes, Beverly Hills.
Okay, that's where I'm staying. I'm staying there, so it's close. So Chris and Zen, who are devoted to providing top-tier creative marketing culture binding, he calls it binding, beautiful word, and wellness services to virtuous creators. So that's how we came together, man.
Yes.
And that's how we are uniting and joining forces in truth-telling.
That's right.
And beautiful things
exactly.
come from this, you know.
Exactly. It was AD that put me up on you, but they made the connection. Yeah, it's crazy.
Thanks, guys, Chris and Zen. So their creative development company is Center Talent, where they design compelling brands from scratch, orchestrate excellent marketing campaigns composed of fascinating media, and ascend fans into powerful brand advocates and plug in artists with suitable opportunities like sponsorships, performance opportunities, and media coverage. They're set to launch in the next month. Check out their site to be notified when they launch, and that is centertalent.com. I had to make that the best plug I've ever given anybody. I don't normally do things like this. I mean, You know, I've made a lot of money for self-salt companies, millions of dollars for Amazon with the books I recommend. People keep writing to me, telling me that they've spent thousands of dollars on all my book recommendations. I don't get a cent of that.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't do this plugging a lot. But I want to do a couple more plugs. So there was a woman there who, Studio Buckman, is it? Anyway, she had a blanket. It was like a beautiful, soft blanket. It was like an alpaca one, nice and woolly and really smooth, made of crystals.
Wow.
So they learned how to make crystal fibre out of crystals. And so they made this blanket and they passed it around. And I had it for quite a while on my legs because my legs were cold. And it was just absolutely healing. It was beautiful. It was warm, you know. And I put it on my shoulders. Crystals. Imagine wrapping yourself in crystals. So you can get that at the Transformational Healing Universe anyway. So they'll have that on sale. Then there was another guy, and I'll have a video of this on my YouTube channel soon, of Micah presenting his information. So all you listeners who are really interested in this, just wait, because I have permission to upload the video of Micah and his great work. But there's another guy. Let's see if I've got their card. He had a little thing that you stick on your. It's called Teo patch. So talk to Hari about getting one of these little patches. You put these little devices on your body. It uses your body's warmth to generate light, and you can see the light coming out of it. No batteries, no nothing. You just stick them on, and it bathes. I think you might put it on your pineal gland if you wanted to, or on various parts of your body, and it bathes your body with your own light. The energy of the heat makes light and bathes your body and heals your body. And then there was another beautiful woman there, Tony, and Tony was she was dealing with the Healy technology from Germany. There's this new technology using microcurrent frequencies. She put these little straps around here, and it tests your body and the weaknesses in your organs and everything like that, and then finds the weaknesses biomagnetically, and then sends the frequencies to correct all of this bad energy in your body. I felt so great after that, man.
So how did you get on that one?
When I got home, the folks there, Jeff and Gabby, they were like, "Oh man, you're not going to sleep tonight. You just woke up." I was so exuberant, man. I was feeling so
Is
good.
this 432 hertz?
I'm not sure, man. I'll just read what I've got here. Microcurrent frequencies for pain, depression, anxiety, fibromyalgia. Lots of people are getting this. And sleep disorder. Increases cellular ATP 500%. Over 230,000 healing frequencies.
How many?
230,000 healing frequencies.
You know if those are the Fibonacci?
I'm pretty sure it is. I asked her today, I spoke to her, and I said, "Is this little pulses?" And she thinks it is, and it's got to be. It's magnetism.
The frequency of love is 528.
It is.
And you already know about 432 hertz, because the entire music industry, if you go buy a piano, it's tuned to 440, which is out of tune. Santos, do you tune your guitar to 432 hertz at all?
Yeah, I do. Just turn it down a little bit.
Yeah, okay, you do know
we
that.
gotta hear you play.
Yeah, he's good.
We gotta hear you play.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can. Can the camera pick up? See that nail? It's broken. So I need that nail. This hand has my long fingers.
It's dope.
This hand has my short fingers. So I'm playing nylon string, and I need. Oh, there we go.
You ever play the lyre?
Huh?
The lyre.
Yeah.
That you?
Yeah.
Flamingo. You can have some jam sessions, man.
I would love to. I can have a jam tonight, but I'll only be playing with my phone.
AD's a musical genius too. He can play anything.
Keyboards, drums, and guitar. Most of them really guitar. I'm just following the path. Is that a fortune card? It is? I need to learn more about that numerology.
It's also the turbo medicine.
Wow.
Well, speaking of numerology, up in about an hour, going to be at 2, 20, 20, 20.
Oh.
Is there any significance to that numerology, even though we're in the Gregorian calendar?
Oh, for sure, man.
Mm.
Remember Eve, even.
Oh, yeah.
All right, it gives you a lot of power of doubling,
Yeah.
so it's good. Go forth and multiply.
Yeah.
So the doubling numbers, the even numbers, yeah, they're evil because they divide, but they double. You see, women get pregnant, they double.
Yeah.
That's why they're good. You see, good. We're not talking about bad women and bad men and all that rubbish. We're talking about good as a concept.
Yeah.
You know, as something opposed to something else. Cold and hot. Hot is not bad, and cold is not good, or vice versa. Sometimes it's bad to be cold. You get a flu. Sometimes it's bad to get hot because you get burned. But sometimes it's good because it can cook your food. This is what we're dealing with. Okay.
And if one wants to transcend, he does not necessarily need to marry and multiply, does he? He can be like George Clooney his whole life and just be single, right?
Sure.
As long as he's following in the path.
For sure.
There's no need for marriage and there's no need for children.
That's right.
Oh, I love it.
The Hermetic.
That's my path.
Yeah,
man.
So, if anyone wants to have one of these Heelys, they are called, little device like this, and Micah was having one on his boot. He broke his ankle, so he was using it, and he noted immense, rapid healing with it. So you can get Tony at livelight.co. I have to give her a plug because she gave me a free treatment and that was very kind of her. It was late in the evening, and that's Tony at livelight.co. She probably want me to give the numbers as well. Should I? Is that?
Yes.
It's professional, yeah?
As long as Priest doesn't mind, he is the executive.
I don't mind, bro.
It's
to help. If it's to help people with spiritual.
Well, I think that's enough. That's plenty.
Yeah.
Okay, so the phone number's on here, but that was that. And these guys here as well. All of these can be accessed at the centre there, the where we went.
We had a great time that day, didn't we? I tell them, man.
We were treated to a treat.
AD, just go.
Thank you, Zed. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, exactly.
And the other plug I want to give is this sponsor that I'm having as well, and this affiliate. Can you help me with the name of this sponsor?
The Healers Project.
The Healers Project. Gabby is running this, and Gabby is the most sweetest, angelic, beautiful, divine woman you'll ever meet, and her husband Jeff, who is an Australian. They live in Beverly Hills, and they invited me to stay at their place, and I give them great gratitude. She has this t-shirt company, and can you show the other one there, please?
Priest, you want some wine?
No,
I'm good. Too, man.
Yeah, right. So show that.
Yo.
No, it's not.
You meditate?
There
You meditate?
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow. That's dope. I need one of those. Yeah, man.
We'll get you one.
Yeah. Give me one.
This is my handsome model. Tall, dark, and handsome. So, and Logan's been great. He was at the presentation for me. He did the introduction, and he was there. He was phenomenal crew, man. We're gonna have a great DVD.
I like that stone. What's that stone?
This one?
Yeah.
That's obsidian.
Obsidian. Yeah, good stuff.
You got some?
Good stuff.
Mandatory.
Yeah. Man, I meant to bring my for you. I was gonna bring my big, but I forgot. I was gonna bring my big amethyst. Amethyst. Yeah, I brought it here. Sat it right here while we built, but I forgot, and I was like, man, I might need some type of crystal, so we got this.
That's the smoky quartz.
Smoky quartz. Yeah.
That's just too funny.
Yeah, dealing with Santos, man, this is good. This is great.
Thanks, brother. So can I just finish with this?
Plug on.
This is called the Cyber Scan, and Hadhari gave me this. And what it does, you put your hand on a biofeedback machine. I've done many of these. One I did back in Australia called the Skyo machine. Amazing. And it reads your field and it reads your weaknesses. And they found that I had a penicillin poisoning. Heavy metal poisoning. I have folliculitis, which is the skin itch. Gallbladder's down. Kidney energy's down. Oh look, there were quite a few things, but generally he said I'm fit and healthy. But I've got, and parasites. but not worms, parasites, the microscopic ones. Yeah, so what he did then, he programs this card and you wear it during the day. So that's what I'm doing with this, and you wear it and it corrects all of those, it destroys the parasites.
I left mine at home.
You got
I got one.
You got one too?
I got one, yeah.
Dude, those are
I got one, yeah.
So that's all the plugging for everybody.
Shout out to Hari. Yeah.
Thank you, Hari, at the Transformational Healing University in Beverly Hills, California. Great place, man. That really, really left a wonderful impression on me as Los Angeles is leaving on me. It is the city of angels. It is so exquisite. What a beautiful, beautiful place it is. I love it. I love Los Angeles.
No doubt.
Such a beautiful place.
Everybody does,
Me
man.
too, yeah. You can't beat the sun, man.
No.
It's sun. Summer solstice.
So most of Killah Priest's followers are very awakened and they're into a lot of knowledge. A lot of them have already followed the Light of Egypt by Thomas H. Burgoyne, as you recommended, and I've recommended that book to a few people too. Is there anything you can tell a semi-already woke audience that they can benefit from for the next years? Because a lot of them don't even know that we're in the age of Aquarius now, or that the 2012 was, the beginning of the cusp, as you would say, from the end of the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. The Pope got a new hat or something, I believe.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, that's interesting. That's a good point to start, because the Pope, the Jesuit Pope we have now, Pope Francis Jorge Bergoglio, he took over when Aquarius began in 2013. At the end of 2012, Pisces ended, the 21st of December 2012. And when the BBC wrote an article about why Ratzinger resigned, they wrote an article and they said that he told the world that he could not continue serving in the Patrine ministry. Well, who's the Patrine ministry? Saint Peter, Jupiter, Zeus, Jesus, the ruler of Pisces. Pisces was now handing over to Saturn in Aquarius. The Jesuits are Saturnian. The others, the Benedictines, and I think they were the Dominicans that Ratzinger came from. I think they come from either the Dominicans or the Benedictines or the Franciscans. Anyway, it's from one of those orders that the Piscean popes come from. Now we've got the Jesuits making the popes. That's Saturn, that's Aquarius. And guess what happened? At 5:59, 6 o'clock, that day at the Vatican, lightning from St. Peter, Jupiter, Zeus, hit the Vatican. Lightning hit the Vatican. That was Zeus's last stand on Mount Olympus, Pisces, and he handed over to Saturn. And now you see the Vatican is using the Star of David, the blue Rothschild Star of David of Israel, to introduce that concept that Saturn, because that's the star of Saturn, now the world is having this symbol for the next Aquarian. It's the sign of Aquarius. That's what it is. It's not good, it's not bad, even though it's political, it's a thing.
Right.
So, it's just a thing. It's just Aquarius. So,
what's the sign of Aquarius?
The shape of the Saturn.
Oh, sorry, I should have said 6. No,
Yeah.
it's the hexagram.
Right. Okay.
Okay, which is a masculine red triangle going up. That's your phallic. And a feminine blue going down.
Is that it?
That's it, man. You got it.
This is it right there.
You got it. So, what happened then? In that article, I think 3 times, if the viewers want to look it up, the BBC did an article about the Pope's resignation. And so back in 2013, I did an article on this straight away. I knew what was going on. I knew with that lightning, how 6 hours after the announcement on that day, 12 o'clock, 6 hours after, in the evening, there was a lightning bolt
The lightning bolt.
And you can check that on YouTube. You'll see it. The lightning bolt was caught on the camera, and so.
AD's at home. I love it, man.
Oh, yeah. Hey Logan, you wanted to say something, man? I can see you wanting to say. What happened? What's the numbers?
Right after the Pope.
Sulfur and cadmium is the two alchemical elements that represent the triangle upside down and right side up.
Sulfur and cadmium.
Sulfur is 16.
Right.
Cadmium is 48.
On the periodic.
Correct. Sulfur is the 16th element.
Wow.
And cadmium is the 48th element.
All right, so there it is. Lightning strikes the Vatican 6 hours after Pope resigns. Who is known to have the thunderbolts in the
Thor.
heaven? Thor, Jupiter, Zeus,
God of thunder.
Jesus, the ruler of Pisces, the god of thunder. So he resigned, man. That was his last hurrah. You know, that was his last call.
And tomorrow at 2:20 is going to be Thor's day.
There you go.
Day of Thor.
Wow.
Awesome, man.
Wow.
Inverted verses of satanic worship to curses and poisonous churches, serpents. So nice. You got them going. You got them going.
There's so much lyrical content to be created.
What a day.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Yeah. This year is an incredible year.
Transformation. It'll open a portal of transformation.
It is.
I feel it.
That's what's going on. The number 8, it's very rare like that.
To segue, speaking of portals, we enjoyed watching you with Eddie Bravo on that podcast. That was an awesome podcast.
Thank you.
And it was great to hear. The one thing I didn't know that you said was talking about the sun and moon as being portals.
Mm-hmm.
And that was very interesting because, I mean, we don't have to go into the flat earth topic if you don't want, because I know that's very advanced. But I know a lot of his followers, maybe 25%, know of the flat earth.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, in 2013, because I followed you all the way, for a long time. But when you had spoken of flat earth, that was where I was like, it can't be. And it took me about 6 months of research, because I understood everything what Santos said. Santos had said so much things that made sense. I had to go to my own until finally.
In all respect,
when you learn that truth, it shows that God is inevitable.
Yeah.
There's no room for atheism.
Yeah.
There's no room.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then you see all the examples of how they show it in Hollywood. With the Hunger Games, where she shoots the dome.
Mm-hmm.
The firmament alone. It's like, okay, so that's one of the biggest secrets that they're hiding. Besides the extra land that Admiral Byrd was talking about.
That's right.
But
extra land.
There's extra land out there.
Beyond Antarctica, yes. Sir Captain George Hubert Wilkins, a colleague of Admiral Byrd, an Australian, Sir Captain George Hubert Wilkins, he said that he went 5,000 miles beyond Antarctica and found lands and peoples beyond Antarctica. This was a Tasmanian Australian explorer, a colleague of Admiral Byrd. This was in the early 1900s.
J. Hall Vapes is with you.
It's going to be his interview.
There you go.
Because it happens to be an untouched reservoir of natural resources. And, as the world swings with an ever-increasing acceleration, far-flung places, once useless like we thought the North Pole was, and no man's land, become very useful. The bottom of the world will be important, not only to us, but to our allies.
I was going to ask you,
I like
does it
that
have
as a skit.
military
Let's say that.
importance?
It has some, and as the world shrinks, it will continue to shrink with an ever-increasing acceleration, thus bringing these places closer. And in the future, I can see a time when it will be very, very important strategically.
Well, development of
now, is he also speaking of global warming? Is there such a thing? Is that all hype? Should we even be afraid of global warming if we're on such a flat surface? We have ice that's on the outside melting. There's no sea level to rise, really, right?
There are cyclical periods of ice ages and heating, and it's a breath. It's a natural breath. We don't have to worry about nature and try to fix it with chemtrails and blocking the sun and all of this ridiculous trying to save the world do-gooders. Thank you, George Carlin, when he said, just shut the F up and just mind your own business because nature will sort itself out. You know, you can't go interfering with nature. This is ridiculous. You know, we are here to be sustainable with nature in that we are synergistic. You see, we give back, we take, we give back. And this is what tithing is all about. This is why commercial things that we do to the earth, like agriculture, this is disgusting. This is the same as having abattoirs out there. You know, exploiting animals, trapping them, putting them in cages so we can eat them. You know, this is cruelty. Trying to interfere with nature's processes. So the earth teaches that the heavens were created and the earth, and that everything is taken care of. There are cycles in nature, and there will be golden ages. It talks about this in the book of Daniel, where Nebuchadnezzar saw an image of gold on the top, a man of gold, and then silver, then bronze, then iron. This is the loss of consciousness. The consciousness goes down into the feet. It's heavy, you know, heavy iron, and the consciousness is like the worst, which we've just come out of. So it depicts these cycles. So we have to live through them and not interfere with them. We have to breathe with them. Like the night, you can't stop the night. You go to sleep then, you know, because you can't see. And in the day, you go and build your house.
Yeah, like that. Like that was beautiful.
And we are now in the age of Aquarius, which is the age of information, and we have the internet. So the internet is very much part of prophecy, so to speak, because we left the age of Pisces. Now the age of Aquarius has all this information. We have access to all this information now. There's a lot more knowledge being passed around for those who have eyes to see, and for those who are seeking the truth, you know.
Yes.
There is a Dolores Cannon, you know, Dolores?
Past life regressions.
And she spoke of how the worlds would split. And I'm wondering if she was referring to that, you know, some would seek knowledge and some would, you know, just follow the path of no knowledge.
2/3.
That there would be two dimensions? Or was she speaking of the Mandela effect? Or was she speaking of flat earthers versus globists?
All of that, you know, and I agree, it is like that. This is what the Christians call the rapture. You see?
Yeah.
Where supposedly these good Christians, they're going to be taken away, aren't they? To go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And the scripture says one will be taken, one will be left behind.
Yeah.
So it's talking about a division. And Jesus will come, he says, I will come and I'll divide the sheep to the right and the goats to the left. These will go to everlasting life. The left-hand pathers will go to everlasting damnation. So there is a separation. Everlasting damnation is not as cruel as it sounds. You know, it just means that you have to start again. You know, you're descending. So you're going to learn your lessons the hard way. These people don't care, and so they'll do whatever they want, and then it's cool. Eventually they'll come back, you know, but it'll take many lives, and they'll never disentangle themselves from physical incarnation until such time as they get on the right path, because this way you go down, this way you go up. It's always been like that. There's always been a correct way and a false way, and that's simply because that's how experience works. God, descending, demonic, is descending. God, the demigod, is ascending back to source. So I liken the whole thing to a student in university. If you're lazy and your parents are rich and they pay for your education and you don't study, right? Are they just going to give you your degrees? Are they just going to give it to you because, hey, well, you paid for it? You know? You might as well have your degrees and you can be a brain surgeon. It's not going to happen. Right? So the same is with the soul process. There's a correct way, and you have to work. You have to do good works. Right? The lazy ones will not receive of the blessings of the kingdom, and the kingdom is within. You have to do some work. So there's things to do. When
you mentioned the frequencies in the heart chakra, and you know how Jesus was always pointing to his heart, and so that's the Christ chakra. But that's just the fourth one, correct? Yes. Then you have the fifth one, the sixth one, and then the seventh heaven, the crown, the halo, the king's crown, or the chief's feather, right?
Yes.
Headdress.
So we have to stay above here because, as you said, Hollywood is keeping us down here in the lower frequencies. And, so it was what, sex, survival, and
survival, sex, and power.
And power. Okay.
Power in the solar plexus. Sex is the sacral, and survival is down below, rooted fear.
And it's always the bottom three.
Yeah. So that's why Jesus said, "Go within and up." You see, you don't want to go down and out.
Yeah.
You see the people who are down and out?
That's the bar I went to.
Right.
Down and out. Yeah.
You want to go in and up, not down and out.
Right.
And so the evil one is Baal, which is pointing up and down.
The Baphomet, yes.
So what is he trying to tell us there?
Well, he's evil only that he is even. He's giving you good and evil. He's telling you can rise, you can go up. And I'm pretty sure he's got his right hand up and his left hand down. The left hand path is descending.
Oh, that's a right and left hand path.
Okay. So
powerful.
So he's showing you that you are of this nature. You're of God, and you are of the flesh. And in everything there is this Jacob's ladder. See, so you've got hydrogen and plutonium. So one is fusion, and one is fission. Fission is going down to plutonium, and it's fusion, and fission is going out to hydrogen. So hydrogen one day is going to go all the way down to be plutonium, and then radiate back to source again.
Oh, there's still the alchemical process involved in there too. I remember.
Yes.
I remember seeing the ladder in the Masonic checkerboard.
Yes.
You know, because you're walking on good and evil.
Yes.
Right. Then you have your pillars of sun and moon.
Yo, AD never talked this much.
Oh man, I had to. I'm still trying to keep quiet. But
yeah, go, bro, go.
No, you go, man, because you're inspiring me. You've got some good
this
thinking.
is good. This is good. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm also trying to be careful because we are live, and I don't know who's watching.
No,
but there is some
Masonic
knowledge, and there's there's knowledge that not even the Masons know. And I think Santos really speaks about some of the stuff that even Freemasons have no idea. You know what I mean? There's that 33rd degrees, the 33 bones in the spinal cord, and Jim Carrey is becoming pretty woke too. Because
he's woke. That's my favorite. I like that.
Saw that.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey spoke about the Santa Claus and the chimney and all that, and the fruit and the gifts that are there once you get past the chimney in the Santa Claustrum.
Kundalini.
That's Kundalini.
That's where he goes down the chimney.
Yeah. So it's so interesting, but I know it's not for everybody.
No.
You know?
No.
I'm going in head first.
That's what's that.
You know?
Those who have ears, let them hear.
That's right. You see, those who have the ears and eyes to see, let them see. You see, so what it's saying is, in due time they will see. You know, but in the meantime they have to participate in the game of pleasure and pain. If they don't accept the message, shake the dust off your feet.
Yeah. Be careful if you feed the pearls of knowledge to swine. And it's not to say that other people are swine, but you have to be careful who you give this knowledge to. It's not for everybody. And I'm sure even in this, there might be some people who disagree with whatever we're putting out there, but it's so powerful, and not everyone is able to take it at the first gulp. Like the flat Earth thing took me a minute to research, but once I understood it, my whole mindset changed, because it's like, God exists. There's a God for sure now. Like now I have proof.
Yes.
And for this whole time, because they make you think it's Star Wars. They make you think you're on a ball. You're nothing. You're spinning in space. You're a speck of dust. You're gonna die. You're gonna disappear. You're on a ball. The bottom. But when you realize you're on a realm, even in Mortal Kombat, Raiden says Earth realm. He called it Earth realm. Even in Mortal Kombat, and there's secrets in Hollywood, but it's like, certain people know, and they put it out in Hollywood. It's funny how part of Hollywood is trying to sway you away, and some parts of Hollywood are trying to wake you up.
Yeah.
The horror movies, with still showing gore and horror, they're trying to keep you in the lower frequencies.
Yeah.
You got movies like The Matrix, which, Jordan Maxwell was talking about how he kind of was the originator. The Matrix itself is such a documentary, and, I know you can go into that red pill, blue pill. You've talked about it before.
No, that's so.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm going to say one last thing. I've learned sometimes you do have to become an agent yourself when you're working. Because I work in sometimes corporate buildings. You're working with corporate people. you have to put on the suit and tie.
Yep.
And act
Are
as
those
if,
the agents, the angels,
Ooh.
and the prophets?
So angels could be the angles.
Yeah.
We are blessed by the angles. I don't want to go into this. This is
Gotta
Santos
go,
world.
bro. Yeah.
Angle. That's a good word. Angle.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Go.
if you take the L away and you put an R there, because R and L are interchangeable, you have anger. You see, so you have anger and angle. That's what an angel is. They are angles of anger and love. In astrology, the bad angels, and I'd like to thank Thomas H. Burgoyne. He wrote a book about this. The bad angles, they are the squares and the oppositions. An opposition is 180 degrees straight through the circle in astrology.
Okay.
The 90-degree one, that's a square. That will be like this, a square. You know, like a square angle, 90 degrees in the circle. That's called tetragonal radiation. It's harmful. It is harmful energy. The good angles, they would be anger angels. The good angles, they will be the trine and the sextile. 60 degrees for the sextile, 120 for the trine. They are called trigonal radiation, and that is healthy. So what it's revealing is a great insight into how electromagnetism works. In electricity, there are bad angles and good angles. And in every cycle, there is conflict and duality and tetragonal radiation and tetragonal radiation. So, when you're born, your birth chart has these angles in them. You'll see them. Red squares and oppositions, blue sextiles and trines. And they will be the angels that will go with you for the rest of your life. And they are fixed in your chart. So on the outside, if you do a transiting chart with the daily planets of the day, the planets on the outside, they will also interact with your natal planets. And that is what's called the transits. Right. So what happens is when those transits are happening, for instance, right now Mercury is retrograding, and that will be like a transit in your chart. It will be transiting some house in your chart. It will be affecting that energy. So you see, sometimes good things happen. You know, you might have a good year, you might have a bad year, good month, a bad month.
Current planet positions.
There you go. Look at the current planet positions there.
AD.
Where's Mercury retrograding? Oh boy, in Pisces, 11 degrees. So you see the Sun has already entered Pisces on the 1st degree. So very early, 19th. It's the earliest month. Usually the Sun enters a sign on the 20th. But you can see there Saturn and Pluto conjunct there still in Capricorn. And Jupiter does not like Capricorn. Mars does. Mars has just come in.
Look at all that energy in Capricorn.
Yeah, that is incredible.
That's a heavy energy.
5 planets, man. That is absolutely smashing the political infrastructure of the world.
The last time we had that conjunct was in 1775 when the American Revolution happened and the Declaration of Independence was written.
Man, we need to get a big round table for this podcast and get everybody.
Oh, yeah. You cover this. Yeah.
Next time we come back to town, we'll do it.
Yeah.
We're gonna expand.
He's dropping some stuff over there too.
Expand, but I want to get microphones for you guys as well.
Yeah.
Because that's awesome. These guys are fun.
I told him it was going to be a great podcast today. It's going to be crazy.
It was so, like, it happened within 24 hours that we found out you were going to come, and it was like, whoa. Try to scramble to get this together. It's so amazing. Okay, so we have the moon in Capricorn right now. I remember you saying you have to be careful when the moon is opposite of your sun sign. There may be challenges.
Yes.
Emotionally.
Yes.
Does that happen when Mars is also against your sun sign? Is the sun sign the anchor to which you judge what's against you?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. In the transits. Yes. So for me, whenever something is transiting Libra, I need to be careful. In October last year, there was a full moon in Aries on the 13th of October, I had a murder attempt. A guy came to kill me
my gosh.
and the woman I was staying with, and he ended up 10 minutes later dead by his own baseball bat and knife.
Wow.
Yeah, so...
Was it Aries?
Full moon in Aries, and Mars was in Libra. You see? Mars does not like Libra, and I was saying for a long time, watch out, everyone.
Yeah.
Because Mars in Libra, the 7th sign, the 7th house of partnerships, is going to be ruining partnerships everywhere. And at the time, I was experiencing my own breakup of my... I was in a relationship, and Mars was just the finishing touches of the dissolution of that. And on the transits of that day, my transits were just incredible. The moon, full moon in Aries, was in the 8th house, the house of death. The sisters I was staying with, Molly, her name is, she was also Aryan. Her transits were just incredible. That Mars in Libra was directly opposite the moon, the full moon in Aries, directly opposite. And it was a gentleman, well, we shouldn't say a gentleman, a man that she knew that she had a relationship many years ago, and who was obsessed with her and wouldn't leave her, and was texting her and telling her that he was going to murder both of us.
Is it okay to talk about this on live?
Yeah, why not?
He's
I've
dead.
been talking about it already.
I just want to make
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I wouldn't be that cold, but
I just wanna
he
make
can't
sure.
say that.
No, brother, I'm very, very comfortable talking about this. Why? Because I was delivered by the angels, and syncretism, I was spared for syncretism. Now, I am absolutely fully devoted, like never before, to syncretism, and so is she. And she saw angels for 3 weeks. For 3 weeks, she's still suffering with massive head injuries, and she has pressure. She's
He hit her?
every day. Molly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy hit her.
Oh man, he started swinging. I had to run into that room
What?
with bare hands to stop him murdering her, and
Wow.
what happened was he ended up dead.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. He pulled out a knife on me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, when we talk angels, are we talking about metaphorically the angles are watching over us with the angles of the planet?
Both, because those angles are light, and light is intelligence. They are angels.
And do they have human like entities with the
They can
wings?
be,
Okay.
yes, because it can take the form,
Just like the demons.
transcendental form. Yes,
Just okay.
yes.
Okay.
So those angles protected me.
Yeah.
They really, really did protect me. And it was angels that delivered me. It wasn't my strength. You know, I'm not boasting in anything that I did, because if I didn't have them, which Molly saw for
You saved
3
her life.
weeks. Absolutely. And she saw to the left of her vision, I felt the angel, I didn't
This
see
is
it.
around October?
Yes, after October the 13th of last year.
Wow.
She saw a rip in the time-space continuum, and she would peer in there, and she would see angels, and they taught her what to do and how to heal for 3 weeks straight. I was in Costa Rica and Nicaragua at the time, and she would ring me every day and tell me the angel experiences that she saw. So the reason I'm sharing this is because we're talking about those angles and angels. If you know your stars, you know what you can do.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what
real.
you can do.
Yeah.
You know.
That's real shit. I
Now,
believe
some
that.
have seen these angels with DMT, dimethyltryptamine.
Yes.
And, you know, the theogens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've done mushrooms and I've seen stuff melting. I've seen those visuals, but I've heard that DMT is like the most powerful, to where you can actually see entities, or you can even see the matrix
The toad.
itself.
I've seen it.
Okay.
The toad.
The toad. Yeah,
The toad,
yeah.
man. It's, I haven't done that, but I've done a lot of DMT, and yes, I've seen some amazing, beautiful things. You know.
And it's almost computer-like. Is that correct? Very like a grid, and it's numeric and it's geometric.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
So that shows. Like I've heard our DNA is digital.
Yes.
So
it
it's
is
ones and
It
zeros.
is digital, of course.
So the ones and zeros are atoms and Eves.
Adam and Eve. Yes,
Oh.
Adams. Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
It
Well,
is-
He was talking about how it is a simulation.
Yes, it's digital, right? So magnetism is digital. Electric is analog, right? Magnetism is a pulse. Electricity is a wave.
Yeah.
The wave is the Eve, the sin of Eve. Your body is waving. it waves because it has atoms. You have an anatomy. And that is a bunch of light waves that are trapped in your tomb. You see the letter T? That's the tomb of my anatomy, from the womb to the tomb. And so, because your body is waving, those waves must decay. So one day this body will get old and you will die. From dust you are, to dust you shall return. And so, that energy which is magnetically in you, it will be transferred to another form of energy. And if you get to keep your soul atoms go with you, and the strength of your soul goes with you, and you can take that vessel wherever the higher realms are. For instance, so if you go to Australia, you can't use American dollars in the shops because they won't serve you. They said we can't accept that money. You have to change it to Australian money. You have to change the currency. So when you die, you need
It's heavy, that's heavy. It's a heavy one, right. That was golden. So
when you die, you will have a certain currency, and it depends on how much good work you did. So I'll use the illustration of a lazy man who goes to the cinema with $5 and he knows that it's $10 to get in the cinema, so he goes and he presents $5. He gets kicked out. They stop him because he can't say, "Oh man, you're doing that because I'm a Latino, or I'm a black, or I'm gay, or I'm a lesbian." No, you can't argue that. You're not getting in the cinemas because you don't have the money. If you don't got the $10, it doesn't matter how big, short, tall, rich you are. He's told that if you haven't got the money, you don't get in. So if you haven't got a certain currency, if you haven't done good work, you can't go complaining and blaming others and oh man, that wasn't fair, or I always get a bad deal. It's you.
Put.
So the guy at the box office, he says, "Listen, lazy ass, you go and work your ass off like everybody else is in the cinema, and when you come back with $10, you're in. It doesn't matter what you look like. I don't care. So I'm not. Don't argue. Just bring the money."
The money is the moon. So because it's magnetic. It's magnetic energy. That's why we're so magnetized to get more money.
Currency.
And speaking of which, be sure to follow Killah Priest Patreon.
Yes.
Speaking of Mooney.
Yes. And subscribe.
Yeah.
Because this is what you get on a Wednesday night. Real Wednesday. This is a Wednesday weekend. That's what I call it. Wednesday weekend. It's really going in, man.
Now, if I can get 15 seconds real quick,
Okay.
I had a mixtape that I was slanging around with like mixes of my DJs, and I took a quote of Santos for the beginning, and I put like an intro, and my album was called Electromagnetism. The entire mixtape is in 432 hertz. So I'm gonna play for you just the intro, and then I'm gonna stop because it's just
come on, let's go.
It's just the intro. But notice the music I added, and notice how holy.
The science of electromagnetism. It is the Holy Spirit. It is the force that creates everything that exists, whether it be up in the heavens or down here below. And that's what the human body is. The human body is just an electrical organism. The brain is an electromagnetic computer. The nervous system is electromagnetic. The heart operates on electromagnetic pulses. The blood is electromagnetic. Every cell in the body, every atom, it has electrons. And that, people, is what the ancients called God.
That's how you start.
Yo, when you go back to Australia, take it with you. That shit was hard. That shit was hard.
That whole album is electro music.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna play it.
The struggle was magnetism. Let me ask you, when you did it's hard.
Crazy, right?
When you did Wing People, right?
Yeah,
was that from him too? Are You Blind? Are You Blind?
Oh. No, that wasn't him. No.
Oh, Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Crazy, right?
Yeah. We took a sample, and it was like, "Are you blind?" I thought it was you. Yeah, exactly. Before Wing People, that was incredible. That was dope.
Nice, right?
Yeah,
I like that.
Where'd you get the clip from him talking that?
Oh, I forgot where I got it. He had so many podcasts, but I just
That was a gem right there, dude.
And then I would take out if you said or I just clean it up, And then I made that my intro, and the album was called Electromagnetism. So I would use that to get gigs, DJing, and I would start my set. I'd have a whole audience of people, and I start with Santos's.
I have an idea what you could do.
And then boom, and then the whole club would be like, "What is this?" They had no idea. It's great.
Really?
They loved it, man. They loved it.
Dude.
Yeah. So your voice has been, in the clubs.
Blessing the house churches.
Yes.
Yeah.
The house churches. Yeah.
My son is going to be so happy, Priest.
Yeah. He's gonna make it happen.
So happy, and his friends.
Yeah.
So,
I can't wait to hear the beat. The tracks, I have to get those. You have to give me that somehow. Give it to AD. Sean's looking. My man Contrell. Shout out to Contrell.
Here you go, Santos. It'd be an
Good
honor.
with the album cover.
thank you.
So what you heard is the intro of that album.
Yeah. Crazy, bro.
Yeah, man.
Crazy.
And I started a clothing line called Music with a K. And it's manifestation using sacred intelligent knowledge.
Nice.
Coming out soon.
Man.
You're like living out the life of a 10, dude. I love
Sound Daddy,
I'm
yo.
still behind that.
Like, I'm excited, but I think AD, this is another level for AD. Yeah, man. Yes.
Yeah, man.
I'm super excited.
Thank you.
Is this King of Diamonds?
Yeah, you told me.
Thank you, I did.
Yeah, thank you. Priest, do you
Yo.
have any lyrical, spiritual tracks you want to show Santos?
Yeah, I hit him with, we should hit him with Wing People Say. You don't want him to hit that one?
Okay.
Oh, then Wing People. Yeah, Wing People. Wing People, yeah, that's a good one.
This is good, man. Yes, it's so biblical, prophetic.
Here, that's Power 106. It's not in the mainstream.
I love it.
Life begins breathing hydrogen inside a high wind. Milky Way violin heard by the wise men. Observed in Orion.
Oh man, that is really, really good. It's like a dream. You know what I mean? That kind of music.
And he pumps these out. There's so much Killah Priest.
It's like another realm.
Yeah.
It's like another realm of music.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now
And
that
they
is
eat it up.
dimensional music, man.
Yeah, it is.
I love
like
it.
that. It was
I love it.
interdimensional music.
Yes.
Thank you, brother.
He's ahead of his time.
I think
man.
so. Can I have another example?
Yeah.
Play him 1,000.
Sorry, you got me by surprise with that phone call, man. You're kicking it with one of my biggest influences ever lyrically. Mind
man,
as a Weapon, still one of my favourite joints. Can we listen to that one?
Yeah.
Of all time.
Yeah.
Before I developed my own style, I learned rapping from a very few number of rappers. Killah Priest was one of them. Man, that's crazy. Bless.
Wow.
My son never gives compliments, man. He's legal. He's cool. He's Mr. Cool, man. That is big.
Yeah.
You never heard him be so thankful.
We used to live in cool feet, started with rubies, but now we in the Gucci. Tommy guns in my movies. Kids get by 40 Lucci. My black woman bought so many means, some things. They all wear the stain. For the mind, I be the string. Use a form of yoga. Turn my mic into a king cobra. Pull you out your green over. My album, I touch you like a death of Malcolm. Sword prey like a falcon. When I design poems, each line shines like a rhinestone. Leave your mind blown, lost in the time zone.
This is old.
Brilliant, man.
Every day
I've heard tons of
switches. I'm on
stuff,
the
man,
news
with
taking
that
pictures. And all the devils that drop signs like metal. Black Astrological, heat up a mic like a kettle.
And the
Kicks
beat
and
is
settle down. I'm supernatural, factual, actual, the master. My garment is laced in jasper, jade, amber. The ladies pull out their cameras, accept shield commander. Sweet truth when I was away to recoup. As a juvenile when I had to prove my style. From Jack to gas, where we shoot at, they move back.
That's probably the best rap song
before we do that.
honestly, This is just so funny. It's so good.
Lots of hate, get their trials in their days. Show them out, so they found from mistake. I told them for their help, then they bought it on the shelf. I hold my ammunition because I think it's so dumb. This is where we seem to some shit. You don't mean twisted. Just lost my job and got evicted.
He's like the Led Zeppelin of music.
You gotta play something around it.
Yeah, drink about the Miller and have your bank sitting up.
Yeah, I mean, we'll do something. I'll play something on keys.
Yeah. You gotta play him 1,000.
Okay, let's do it. What's that?
Oh, wow, man. You're the coolest
I'm
Leo.
the memory of centuries.
The coolest Leo.
I'm the winter trees. I'm the mystery. I am the hidden history. I am a living and the living epiphany. I am a soft prayer and I am witchery. The way to my sarcophagus, I am trickery. Unearth me and curse thee. Only those that I find worthy will I give mercy. Other than that, the air will become murky. Your food will become mercury. For all the nations have committed perjury. Urgency, state of emergency. But personally, my well is only for the thirsty. If you excite the dead, there's spider webs. You feel light in the head. The manna from heaven is called Tiger's breath, Dragon breath, Planet X. Before and after Adam's death, disintegrate Esau till there's only atoms left.
In my immortal sunshine, the water become wine, the clouds will come by. During the flood time, check my bloodline. Descend to the fourth kind of Malachi York mind. I walk the talk rhymes, never force lines, unknown sauce fine. Pure thought, like a chief on the horse ride. The Levites were the priests of the lost tribe. The key to life is to teach and exalt, yeah. The Edomites is the beast, the all eye seeing. Reason with the demon, his eyes is gleaming. In the pyramid scheming from the Europeans. The great sale, observe before you break your bill. They started banks, but Rockefellers couldn't take a meal. How I feel, summer came, now it's gone. Autumn rain, now it's storms. September, less timber. October, November. Cold enters. December, deep winters. January, new plans in hurry. It's February, feds are scary. Tax receipt, cash deplete. Backtrack last week. Common folks, pro athletes, corporate elites. Dog parks, March, April, showers. Rainbow flowers. May, June, last days of school. They cool. July, fruit flies. August, invisible garden, nocturnal forest. Came back around my eternal conscience. Bipolar flowers, insects, infect, trees and solar powered. Sacred natives in the medicine circle. While I cheat, painted on the shell of a turtle. Little runner deer, honey the hare. Sneaks behind it slowly, chugging a spear. Young rabbits unaware once the summer is near. These are hallucinogenic frontiers. Only mystics come here. Sunlight shimmers in the rivers. The salmons lunch for the beer. Broken terrains of cliffs, outcrops and ravines. Streams filled with fish. Quiet nights, quiet light. There's movement, the moon lit. The lagoon mist.
Don't know what the scarecrow is.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no doubt. That's definitely right. Thank you, bro.
It's almost going beyond the hip hop beats.
Yeah.
Becoming, because that is a lot more of a broader audience now.
Yeah. You gotta do something. You gotta step outside your regular zone.
Shake the tree.
Yeah, shake the tree. Yeah. Don't go for the bottom fruit. The low fruit tree. The fruit on the low branches. On that top. Man, they caught that line already.
Lots of
on point. Yeah.
Trees are solar powered.
Shout out to everybody that's listening.
Trees are solar powered.
We are solar powered too. Santos mentions about sun gazing, and our eyes pull in the light, just as we are plants, and we can like charge our batteries.
Yes.
Through solar gazing, and we talk. And also, there's the importance of vitamin D. You know what I mean? Because if like sometimes I don't get a chance to go outside, you know what I mean. But I do know taking some vitamin D, it's not exactly like the sun. But some of the people I follow up in the nutrition world even boast about tanning beds. They're like, if you don't even get a chance to go to the sun, the tanning bed, a higher quality one, is similar enough to get the vitamin D, so that you lay in the bed in 12 minutes, you're getting at least some vitamin D from that. But of course the sun is of course way better. But it's a UVA and UVB combination, and you're able to charge yourself. So I tried the tanning beds, came out just feeling electric. And it made me just feel like, man, I need to go to the real sun and, take it all in.
But you just mentioned a word that is very important. Do you realize which word you used?
I don't remember.
Tanning, tan. All is a tan.
A tan, oh my
When you go to the sun, you will get a tan, because the sun is a tan. Aten, the disc.
Yeah.
And the Book of Enoch calls the sun Thomas. All is atom. Thomas, the twin. because he's the demiurge, the dyad.
Yeah.
He's not the monad, even though he's solo and he's mono and he's alone. He is still the dyad.
Yeah.
You see?
And we are charged up. The sun charges up. We're like electric batteries.
Yes, that's why children now are discouraged from going out into the sun. You've got to wear a hat, you've got to wear sunscreen, you've got to wear sunglasses.
That's even bad.
Protect yourself from that evil sun. You know, because lest you should get energized and be vital. They don't want kids that are vital and conscious, you know, bathing in the consciousness of the sun, because the sun's rays are conscious energy. They want them to be not so smart. They want them to be not so healthy. You know,
exactly.
You know, protect yourself from that sun, so that, you know, the magnetism doesn't grow you and make you healthy and happy. How sad it is. You know, and the little kids in Australia, they do this. You know, you hear them saying, "Oh, it's bad to be under the sun. We have to wear a hat at school, and we have to protect our skin with sunscreen, because you can get cancer," and all of these ridiculous lies. You know, and basically the agenda is to keep them unhealthy.
Yeah. The cancer is caused from
fast food, fast life. Huh?
Yeah, the sunblock chemicals, those go into the pores in the skin. That's what causes the cancer.
Imagine how much sunblock is inside the ocean where people jump in them.
Oh man.
Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yo. Wow, man. With all that stuff on it, it's crazy.
I mean, there's many cleansing processes, and I know jumping into the ocean, salt water kind of cleanses your aura, so to speak.
Yeah.
Do you use sage at all?
Always.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Use sage.
No matter like who enters your home or leaves your home, or who you encounter.
Always sage. Always. The feeling you get after you've burnt some nice white sage, it's crystal clear. You know.
White sage?
Yeah, white sage.
White sage. I don't know that.
Because being in a crowd, even if you go to Disneyland, you're surrounded by so much energies of people.
I saw green sage. He said white sage. That's heavy. You know?
Oh yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, it'd be so hot.
You gotta wear your black stone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, let me do a plug real quick too.
Plug
yeah, I want to plug.
That's your show.
I want to plug Cherry Cola Farm, Killah Priest OG. I'm gonna hook you up. Stuff. This is my weed line.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I love the packaging.
My
nice.
Yeah, Killah Priest OG.
This is great.
Yeah. I got jars in here.
Cherry Cola.
Yeah. Cherry Cola Farm. From Sonoma.
Sonoma, guys.
Yeah, Sonoma. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, you help yourself,
they
man.
got wine up there, too.
Yeah, good stuff up there. So,
special wave to a girl who wants me to wave at her. She's talking to me through the live. So there's the lovely girl I'm waving to.
Crystal. Looking through the crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is crystals disappearing. Yeah, this is real clear. This is nice. Oh man, it's Angles. It's a teardrop.
Yeah. One of the fastest vibrating crystals.
Oh yeah?
The quartz?
That's in computers, man.
Yeah. Quartz crystal.
Yeah.
That's where Superman was from.
Krypton.
This is what you...
Yeah. Crystal City. Krypton. Yeah.
36 element, dude.
Right, yeah. 36. Yeah.
Krypton.
That's heavy.
I love these conversations.
Well, Clark can't walk through a metal detector.
If you take the elements 1 through 36 and you add them up, you'll get 666. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, all the way through 36, you'll get 666. Krypton's the last one.
The number of a man, number of the beast, which is the number of a man.
That's the box we live in, aka hell or heaven.
What's 6 in the periodic table?
Carbon. That's what we're made of.
Yeah, 6 electrons.
Which has an atomic weight of 12, which is a perfect number.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's on fire, man. Oh, y'all on fire. We should start a group. Come on with an album. Yo.
Dude, let me tell you, I've been staying with Logan for a week. What's your channel on YouTube?
Decode Your Reality.
Decode Your Reality.
I saw you. I saw you on what's the name? Yeah.
I'm always...
You talk about the Anunnakis and stuff?
I talked about those guys, yeah.
Yeah. You have a couple of people that come on with you?
No, I just record my voice and do slides.
Oh, okay.
I do some people that come on. I do some podcasts.
Yeah, plug your joint, man. Come on.
We're going to have to expand this podcast eventually.
Yeah, we're going to have to do a part 2. Yeah. Have a round table, man. He's up in here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, all three of us, man.
Big love to this brother, folks. Yeah, big love to Logan. Logan has been driving me around, picking me up at the airport, taking me to the airport,
that's what friends do.
Taking me for dinner.
Yeah.
You deserve it, though, man. Yeah, you deserve it.
We've done shows together. What's the title of the show we did when
The Healers today? The
one we did, the presentation we did a while back. The Root of All Knowledge?
The Root of All Knowledge.
Okay, so check that. That's Logan. Help me do that.
Yeah, but you did the whiteboard presentation.
Sure, but we did a podcast before.
Yeah, we've done stuff, man. We're going to be doing some big stuff, man. It's all about numbers and words.
That's it. That's it, man.
Your birthday and... You know, know your cards, know your birthday.
Yeah.
Right? 16.
16.
Sulfur.
Yeah.
Fire.
Sulfur. What's sulfur? And what's sulfur?
The periodic table, the 16th element, sulfur.
Right. And sulfur is what element? Like sulfur turned to sulfur. Like brimstone?
Yes. Yeah, it's a fire and brimstone. It means you're a driver in life.
Oh, okay.
16.
Oh, man.
And your card in the tarot is the Tower card.
Wow.
Which is a masculine, break through the universe kind of card. Destructive force kind of card.
Wow.
Yeah.
16.
16th.
All my 16th cats out there.
And you're a 10 of clubs in the cards of illumination. In the poker deck, and people look at the poker deck. 10 of clubs.
To the clubs.
10 of clubs, Jack of spades.
10 of clubs and the Jack of spades.
That's it, man. You look up those two cards on your birthday.
I do be in the club.
Star of the Magi, STAR of the Magi, MAGI.com.
Star of the Magi, is that you?
No, it's my friend Sharon's website. Star of the Magi, MAGI.com. You just plug in your birthday. It'll give you your card, and you can read about a piece of what makes you tick.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, man.
I believe that. She works.
And you got a life path number 5, which is your soul contract. Your soul contract is separate from your ego, so it's what you really came here to give to the world. That's a 5, which means you're a super busy guy. You can never sit still.
No.
You're always on the go, and you need to create.
Yo,
and 5 sits in the middle of the calculator and the dial pad. So it's a very busy number. It's boron, and boron's atomic weight is 11.009, which is 911. So you share that energy. That's why we hit the 911 on the. Who chose that number on the phone to press for emergency 911? Think about that. Who chose that number combination, and why? It's all to the 5. The 5 is the level of, what is the 5? The throat chakra. It does our speaking of our spells, and we know in astrology, 5 is the house of manifestations, politics, money, love. Everything we create is on the 5th level, and that's your soul contract. So you're here to create in a massive way. You got to use your tower card, your masculine tower card, your 10 of clubs, your knowledge, your mind, your high intelligence, and you carry the world on your shoulders like Atlas would. That's what you do through music.
Yeah. Cool. Sometimes we tumble down. Do we come back up? Like
absolutely. Sublimation. Go from the physical back to the gas, the ether.
Wow. Yeah, there it goes.
Sublimation. 33.
The Ethernet.
The ether.
The Ethernet, I like that.
And I'm wondering, is the ether realm able to access our internet?
Everything's accessible by the one.
Think about it. Why do we have an Ethernet? Right, connecting to your computer.
Yeah.
And it's quick as the lightning, right? So
yeah, it is fast.
It's running through the ether.
I wonder if
it's really an Ethernet. It's not an internet.
Absolutely.
They switch the words up.
All information is carried through the ether.
Those who have passed are able to see their own funeral happening, right? They're able to see the love that they're getting after, huh? So you have your experience, you pass, you go back up, you wake up like, oh, that was amazing. I'm ready to go back again. I'm going to go back again, but this time I'm going to be a Taurus. And I'm going to go through these experiences and learn these lessons. And then they plug you back in, and then you come out a baby. They wipe your memory, and then boom, you're a baby. And you know,
Matrix.
I'm just guessing.
Matrix showed that.
What do you think, Santos? Is that
Matrix is how it really works. As a matter of fact, Keanu Reeves, the reason why they remember his name in the Matrix movie?
Neo.
Exactly. Because you know how he got named that? Well, his name through numerology and alchemy ends up being 143, and the 60th element is neodymium, which has an atomic weight of 143.
I thought it was because it spelled out 1 when you rearrange the letters.
Well, that too. 1 spelled out as 9/11, actually, if you break it down to numerology. So it's all 9/11. And the reason why is because 11 is the number of electricity, 2 poles, alternating current, and 9 is the yin feminine energy that holds all it. Imagine number 9, it carries 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it carries a lot of energy, 9/11. So it's a magical number of yin energy that has everything attached to it, either up or down.
Now, when you're speaking of the truth into the general public, and someone starts backlashing at you, no, the Earth is not flat. No, this is not. An agent appears, and so the agent appears into them and is stopping you from.
Agent Smith, you mean?
Agent Smith.
That's why he's Smith, because Smith's the most common name. So there's a lot of Agent Smiths that want to tell you, no.
They're there to fight you and fight any truthers that are changing from the program.
That's right.
So amazing.
That's the resistance, even though we're all resistance, but they're resistance to our flow.
Yes.
Ohm's law is where it's at.
Yes.
Voltage, currency, resistance. Those three. That's all you need to know about
voltage, current.
Voltage, currency, resistance. VIR. Ohm's law. The guy who invented George Ohm's. OHM. Ohm's law.
And resistance?
Voltage, currency, current, and resistance.
And resistance.
That's why money is a currency.
Yeah.
Because the voltage supplies the pulse, as Santos said. Currency takes that pulse and shoves it through, and it's black and white in our matrix reality. And then we decide which we're going to feed more. And that feeds and makes things grow.
Yeah.
The Earth right now is sick, it's polluted, it's tired, it's like a dog that has a ton of fleas and needs a flea bath. And it needs to get all those fleas off. So people coming together to understand their power, what your numbers are and what makes you tick, and your astrology signs and your sun signs and your moon, it gives you all these layers, and then you can experience life at the highest level possible and have the best experience. Then you know exactly what you're going to get. Like, I was single for 3 years, and then I decided to start dating. And when I did that, I want to know exactly what your birthday is and what your numerology is and your name, because I want to know what I'm going to get, man. Dating takes time. Right? So you want to know, you want to kind of weed out the stuff. You do that through numerology, astrology, natal charts, all that stuff.
Right. What's the origin of date?
Huh?
What's the origin of dates?
Come on. Date. The word date?
The word?
Like dating. Yeah. Where did that word come from? What?
I got it.
Etymology of that.
Well, date is day, and day is deity, the deity. So, if you're having a date, it is in a day, right?
It is.
Yeah. So, and the day is ruled by the sun, which is deity means God. So, yeah, it's like he rules time. So when you have a date, it's an appointment in time, right? And so it all goes back to the deity. Yeah, I would say they're rooted in the same date and deity.
That's good.
Yeah. What piece is this?
What's this? Cloudy quartz. It's a quartz.
It's awesome.
What kind of quartz is this?
That is smoky quartz.
Smoky.
That's a smoky quartz?
Yeah, this is like a weird green smoky one.
I love it, man. It looks more like...
It's just because the light
would be like, what's the name?
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, exactly, man. Oh,
so
y'all blow my mind. Go ahead.
Well,
you want to sit here?
Real quick, no.
Yes, he do.
You need to come
here, bro. Come on, AD. I mean, this is your
actually,
time.
I have a camera over here on me, so look. If
How Eminem said it, lose yourself.
See, I'm right there. I got the camera on me.
Oh,
don't worry, I'm able to participate.
All right.
Let me just flip this over here to our current chart. It's the 7 seals.
Still filming?
The 7 layers.
This
is like the most profound stuff.
Yeah, we gotta close down in the field.
Yeah. So we're gonna end on this. I mean, we can end more, but
oh, geez, 12:30.
We're going in.
Yes. Man, we do have to.
The 7 seals.
Okay, this is the last one.
Seven seals.
The 7 layers of interpretation of the Bible. That's what you spoke about. That was like mind blowing, because all the stories that he speaks about fit into. Of course, you've got the literal version,
right,
and then you've got the medical version, to where it applies to the body. The spinal cord is the Jordan River. The body is the Holy Land. You know, as you said, the corpus callosum is the Red Sea. So the left brain is Egypt. And then he crosses over to the... I'm just regurgitating what I learned from you. This is all he crosses to the Red Sea. So us musicians, when we come home from work and we start making our music, we've crossed the Red Sea into the right brain, which is fueled by serotonin. Thank you to the cannabis.
Right.
To fuel the serotonin to keep the right brain.
What's the star you follow?
Star?
Yeah, remember they follow that star?
Oh, they follow Sirius.
That's where he's in the head. You see the stars.
Oh, yeah.
Synchronicity.
Oh, my gosh. But yeah, so
I was just really,
anyway, so that's the medical version, and then Pollux and Castor, the lungs and all that. But then there's another a layer of interpretation where it's astrotheological. So where those same stories are in the stars. And Orion's belt is the throat chakra, right? So is it made? So I'm trying to see. Well, what are these other layers? So we've got the literal, we've got the medical, we've got the stars. I'm missing 4 more.
Okay, so always begin with the biological. Okay. And there's another layer to that which is alchemical. Okay, because the process of the biology to ascend. So you've got that motif, that layer in all scripture. Then there is astrotheological, and there is theological and astrological.
Oh, so astrotheological will be different than the astrological.
Always, because now it's more theological. It's more dealing with the mind of God rather than the energy and the more or less the action in the universe of the astrological influences. Now they have a mind. Now they have a personality. So it's more dealing with the the anthropomorphization of the God, right? So you will have as well. You will have a layer of numerology. Always look at the numbers. When Jesus said, "Put your net to the right," and they cast the net and they counted the fish, and there was 133 fish, 153 fish. Why is that?
153. Well, there's many different layers. I'll let you take that.
It's the number of the fish, according to the Pythagoreans. That's the number of the fish.
What? It was 153, but
153 fish. Why did the Bible have to even mention that they caught 153 fish? For God's sakes, it's a gospel. Shouldn't it be just saving your ass, not teaching you a lesson in mathematics?
Right.
And 1 + 5 + 3 = 9. Right. So that is the number of the fish. It's in the Veshika Pisces. It's the proportion, as opposed to 253, which is the bigger portion of that Veshika Pisces. Right. So there is always numbers. Okay. So that's another layer. Another layer will be. So what did I do? I did astrology, astrotheology, theology, biology, chemistry, numbers.
Well, 7 seals of the Bible. Okay.
Right, the 7 seals. To open those, of course, yes, chakras are aligned to those. Okay, so your bottom chakra, that's where opinion is. Then you've got sense. Then you've got belief.
Second brain, belief.
Yep. Then you've got knowledge. Then you're getting intuition and illumination. Intuition, illumination, and theurgy is the top level. Okay. Yeah. So this again, those 7 seals. Why is the lion and the lamb responsible, or the ones worthy to open the 7 seals? Because the lion is the heart chakra, Leo. Thank you very much. That's you. And I'm Aries, the lamb. So Aries, the lamb of God, and the lion of the tribe of Judah.
Wow.
Yeah. So once you go to the crown chakra of the lamb, that's only the lamb and the lion are worthy to open the seals, because these are the chakras. When Jesus is pointing here and here, he's saying, go up to the Lamb of God and go in
through the
lion gate. You go,
lion
gate.
This is the lion gate. He's telling you, go in here. You've got to be, and you've got to know. You see, Aries. So without the which you will not be saved. So that's why they were worthy. Because the other seals, they're going to be opened. But those are the 2 main chakras. These are the 2 main portals of you. This is the I am Aries, and this is the I be.
So to go through the heart, does that mean we prioritize love?
That's
Love
right.
comes back to love.
Go watch The Wizard of Oz. It was the Tin Man looking for his heart.
For his heart. And the lion is the lion looking for his heart?
I mean,
no, he need courage. The lion need courage.
Yeah, there's a tin man looking for his heart.
Yeah.
Tin, the element tin is the 50th element, and it has an atomic weight of 119
and
or 911. Exactly.
Interesting.
50.
He needed the oil.
That's right.
This is so deep.
That's
I love it.
Tin is related to Jupiter and Saturn.
So this comes back to ether being the 5th element.
But the scarecrow needed a brain.
Yep.
Oh yeah. There's the mind.
The Lamb of God, the brain.
Lamb of God, the brain.
And the lion.
The lion heart.
Mm-hmm.
The brave heart.
And when the lion and the lamb shall lie together, so shall there be peace.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's when you have unity with head and brain.
So now Santos and
That's
Killah
it.
Priest
Yo, you gotta
are on
get on
a
that.
podcast together.
Yeah.
So now they announce let there be peace.
Yeah.
So,
Peace.
yeah,
Let there be
the lamb
peace.
and the lion are
Yeah,
together. And the
that's
man,
good. And
the
the
Aquarius.
Yeah.
Oh,
the watermelon.
Aquarius.
Wow.
Yeah, the
Teaching
watermelon,
numerical truth.
That's my moon. And then we have someone who's very, very close to me. Is watching right now. She's an Aquarius. Her name is Alyssa.
All
She
right.
just texts me
It's your
the whole
time
time,
to
so we're
shine.
peacing that
Aquarians
time.
are
Yeah.
leading the way. We're in the age of Aquarius. You need to step forward and
Yeah.
know your shit.
Yeah, tell her because she went through
What's
something
her birthday?
tragic.
February what?
I don't know. She gotta text it to me. But she just lost her father.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? So now she says she's feeling good right now, just watching.
Because it's a transition.
Yeah, but you gotta know yourself. You know yourself. You know all the layers of yourself. You know why you're here, and your experience is far greater than it is when you're just sitting there just running your life and you don't know who you are.
And your soul is immortal.
Of course, it's just a recycle of energy.
Yeah, so that makes death a little bit less scary.
That's right. Death is a doorway to another dimension.
To the ether. Death.
The
door to the ether.
Which is the number 4th letter. So that's the heart
Don't
chakra.
we also get Darth?
Darth, exactly, Darth Vader.
Darth Vader.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
What was up with Darth? So we can go all night.
Oh my god, I love it. The Darth Vader, man.
That's red and green too. Darth Vader's red, Yoda's green. Heart chakra, root chakra. 1-4.
Yeah.
1-4.
That's it. That's what. That's right on the stop. Next time you pull up to a traffic light, you'll see the chakra points. They're just reversed. Green is go, yellow is caution, which is your gut instinct, and red is stop. Root chakra. Just flip, but there's your chakra points.
And the gut instinct is the God instinct.
That's
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second brain.
That's
your intuition.
Beware of what we put in our guts.
That's right.
Interesting. Because it's the gut mind, the God mind.
Mm-hmm.
Very
exactly.
interesting.
The gut, gotcha.
We have to avoid the processed foods.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. The toxins.
You know, the testis almost looks like a brain.
Yeah.
You put it up. Yeah, it's
It is
the same tissue. Yeah. It's crazy. You got that gut feeling.
That gut thinking.
Yeah, stop thinking with your belly. They say that.
You do fast. Do
Yes.
you fast?
Yes.
Interesting. Do you do the long fast, short fast, 16?
These days I can't fast too much AD. Mm-hmm. When I'm travelling, I lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't eat as well. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to go out and find good restaurants and be regular.
Yeah.
I've lost quite a bit of weight.
Yeah.
Last week, I was like putting on some pounds, and I lost
good.
quite a bit. So tomorrow I'll be flying to Mexico. I'll be there for a while. That'll be interesting. I'm going to do a presentation this weekend in Spanish all weekend in Mexico City. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be challenging because now it's late and I'm going to need some sleep. I'll be flying out in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So I always think about that, and I try to keep eating a lot, and I don't like that. I don't like having to do that.
I know you're vegan, so I assume you're supplementing with the B12 and maybe some zinc and iron every now and then? Okay.
Yes. When I was back home in Eugene, where had been centred for a while, I was doing that, B12s and stuff like that, and looking after myself. On the road, I'm just taking a few little things. What have I got here? I've got some chlorella and spirulina in my pocket. So I probably should take a bit of that.
Greens.
Yeah, I always try to supplement and do some things, look after my health. So.
And then you are wearing the platinum, or that is the scalar energy.
I think this might be a bit of shungite in this, or some kind of carbon. I think it feels like carbon.
It has negative ions to deflect EMFs.
Yeah. And this.
Come sit down next to him, man.
I'm right here. I'm online. You good?
Yeah, look, he's been saying more valuable stuff than me. Next time I'm going to sit there.
I love it.
He loves it. He loves Santos.
You can tell,
He's the first one to put me on.
Yeah, no, it's just to spark ideas, and I love it. But I didn't want to intervene too much.
No.
I'm like throwing it like an outline.
I'm glad you did. So inspirational, man.
It's nice.
Yeah, you got me.
I mean, I'm regurgitating from what I learned from you.
Right.
Hey, but it's all each one teaching one. The sword shop is sword, so it's like regurgitated back. Mm-hmm. Like you said, it comes back around.
It's just all coiled, man.
It's coiled.
Everybody's throwing coil around.
Yeah. Tesla. Man.
Well, I'm silent from there. That was the questions I wanted to ask.
Right.
But when can you come back? That's my next question.
I'll probably be back in April, and definitely I'll come back on this.
Oh, nice.
You know, and
Your birthday's coming up.
I know.
In March 20. I don't know if I forgot. 25th.
24. Remember the 24-hour clock.
24-hour clock.
Which I
Queen of Clubs.
Wow.
Queen of Clubs over there. Kevin's a Queen of Clubs.
I need to learn the cards.
Oh, yeah.
You know the cards.
Starofthemagi.com.
That's interesting how they've correlated all of that with the cards. I have a friend
52 cards, 52 weeks, 4 suits, 4 seasons. So it's all embedded into nature.
So I'm giving him the Killah Priest OG.
Yeah.
You can live for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much for coming out. We appreciate you. We know you have your flight tomorrow. How is it out there? Is the fire settled? Hopefully?
Oh, you can give it to him.
In Australia, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Because man, that was scary hearing.
Very.
The what?
Okay. The fire in Australia.
Oh yeah, we left New Zealand. We was in New Zealand when that happened.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Me and Ghostface. Yeah. Crazy.
Wow. Did you go to Melbourne?
Nah, not this time. We just went to New Zealand.
Well,
yeah.
If you go to Melbourne, I'll get my son to hook up and meet
we're
you.
gonna go. Yeah, definitely gonna go out there. Yeah.
Lovely.
But he gave you the track, so you could just.
I know. He's going to send you the track. My son will send you his track.
Okay. Here's my email.
Yep. Beautiful. Oh, he can give it. Oh,
yeah. You can put it in the Dropbox.
Yep.
And then I throw it into my software, and then we nice.
Somebody wanted to know about Sagittarius.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They said Sagittarius was up there. It was Sagittarius and a Virgo, I believe.
Where's the?
Yeah, I was talking. I tried to write down what he said though, but it was like Sagittarius.
For sure, that's Eddie. Yeah, for sure, Eddie. I'll be back.
Okay. A male Virgo and a female Sagittarius.
Male Virgo and female. Are they asking for relationship advice?
Compatibility is best judged by Venus and
the person you're with right now. You're supposed to be with that person. Period. Otherwise, you wouldn't be with that person. So if you don't like what you get, then look them up, read about them. If you don't like, if you can't accept how they are in this life, and of course there's childhood because we're all programmed from when we're kids. But if you're not with the person that you're with right now, then move on. I mean,
well, it's through the heart, so your heart will either go towards.
You're always going to vibrationally match with somebody else that you'll end up attracting, that you're going to have to learn something through. I mean, people are mirrors. Our partners are mirrors of us as well.
That's awesome.
But I mean, like your chart is just off the charts with Molly. So there are, but he was ready for it.
Yeah.
You got to be ready for things too. And the more you understand about who you are, the faster you'll attract what you're supposed to get to. The faster you'll get there. You'll experience at a higher level.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it.
For sure.
Somebody said pieces are the best. They tried to say Pisces, but let's say pieces.
Pieces are the best.
We as Pisces are old souls.
Yeah,
because we've been through all the signs. You know what I mean? I love that Pisces connection, but the Moon in Leo keeps me anchored. I feel. Do you know what I mean?
The Moon in Leo.
No, your Moon. That's a.
My Moon in Leo, so I feel this. I know. I feel this
you guys
on the inside.
You guys will really love
great.
that.
Big lovers, man.
Yeah.
Big hearts.
Yeah,
we got
Lionheart.
Love the show. Love to put it out there. And we were just saying how Joe Rogan's a Leo and Priest is a Leo, and they have their own podcast.
KRS-One is.
Because KRS-One, and look how spiritual KRS-One is also.
Yeah, he's heavy.
And the Leos are spiritual, and
Jizza is a Leo.
The Lion. God, man, there's so many Leos. But
Madonna.
I would say they are more mystical than spiritual. The air signs. The air sign has the mental, spiritual element. The fire sign is mystical. MYST is fire. MIST is water.
Yeah, we're more mystical.
A mystic is a fire sign. Leo has a great intuition. So does Aries. And I've got both of them. So my intuition's like really knocks me out sometimes.
That's why I can tell you can read me pretty well.
Jizza is mystical. Yeah, a lot of mystical.
And so the Geminis are the spiritual ones because they are the lungs and they're the breath, the Holy Spirit.
Spirit. Inspire.
So, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Aries, Taurus.
So there's one more sign we haven't talked about. The stop sign.
That is a rapper, man. That is a rapper. Wow.
Yeah.
Rhythm and poetry. Rap.
That's rap.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming through.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks, brother. Thank you for doing that favor for me.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Listen to it, man. Bro,